All right, I'll tell you what I will do. I will do this series as long as they're on time. Let me message them. So for clarification, this, like I said, it's sad jellyfish versus peanut butter and jelly. Pretty sure. Like I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let me just go double check. My brain's not insane. Because I've already had a bit of a goofy moment once today. Yes. So it's peanut butter jelly versus sad jellyfish. Let me go into here. Let me do this. Make some quick changes. Get out of here, kitty.
Yo, what up?
Oh, what's up, man?
Not much.
My bad, my bad. Here. You can join. I'm literally trying to do stuff.
You just close and reopen the stream. That way we can export these two different videos.
No, you can split them up. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we did it last time.
Oh, that'd be badass.
I don't want to end it. We already got people in here. It seems kind of ridiculous to do that, and they have to rejoin. I'm gonna make them.
That's fair.
I'm not
That's
gonna
fair.
do it to do that to them. Let me close.
My bad.
Let me close these drafts. I was trying to do something real fast. You know, there's so much going on here. I like how we have sad jellyfish versus peanut butter jelly. A lot of jellies today.
Well played.
Let me put the and sign. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm ready for draft if they want to go. Okay. So yeah, CLT. Fun day so far, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Did you catch any of our series that I was casting?
I caught the ending of game two. I yeah, I seen War on his pad at not mid. Uh, but when I joined, I didn't have any context on how we got to that part. So,
Yeah, it was very interesting. I had a glitch too in game one where I had to go back into the series. And because I went back in, like it just paused for no reason. I don't know why. I waited like a good 2 minutes, just wasn't working. So then I went back in, and then of course because I went back in, I was already 3 or 4 minutes after what that already had transpired. So I missed that whole entire thing, and it was literally in the middle of a team fight. So
oh,
after the game ended, I was like, I have to go back in and see what happened. So I caught the
hmm
clip, and I'm glad I went back in because it actually ended up being a Drake, specifically a Soul Still by Rusty. He stole the Heztech Drake for Soul. So
nice.
yeah, it was really weird. Like I don't know what's going on, but it's been weird all day. Like I've been loading in really slow into my series for some reason. I don't know why.
Hmm. Some interesting bands. I mean, Mbessa getting banned. It's kind of been the story of week one. Zed ban is quite interesting coming over from Zed Jellyfish.
Yeah, and Bessa actually lost her first game too, by the way. At least
Oh,
in our series, yeah. Went jungle too.
that was a jungle Mbessa. Interesting.
Yeah, Flame Dog played it in game one, and
He
then it,
would be the one to cook.
yep, and then it instantly got banned. We also got War Initiate playing Nautilus again, but this time both in the mid lane. So we had Dwayne B in the mid. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was very fun.
Yeah, yeah. I've been interacting with specifically Cracker and War. Um, when Crackler Ace streams, he's got a pretty good funny stream. So
Nice, nice.
yeah, played some TFT and some other stuff with him. So it's a good that's a good group of guys over there on that team. I'm not gonna lie.
Sweet, sweet. Well, we're seeing Aurora get picked up again. It's been a lot of priority on this champion. I think coming in
Mm.
today, she was like 67% presence, so she's been um, pretty actively picked. Uh, Caitlyn also has seen a lot of bans more than picks, but she has had I think at least two or three with a pretty decent win rate. I want to say she's like a 66% right now with her win rate. Um, coming into today, again, I don't know what's transpired after today, but that's what her win rate was coming into Sunday. Um, the J4,
J4 with Corky Aurora
yeah.
show. It's quite interesting.
Well, I
Like two
actually,
champ.
I to be honest with you, I kind of like it because their dashes aren't like insane, to where you can't like keep them from really getting away. I mean, Corky's a little more of dash is a little more disgusting, I think, if anything. But yeah, J4, his value is certainly not as high here. I mean, three champions now that can just kind of run away. I mean, the Poppy would be so great here, and I know Haku plays it, but um, did pick the J4, so looks like we're gonna get Salt on Victor, so pretty good pickup.
I think Victor's low key is going to be a really good champion. Lane bully, scales, team fights quite well. Like the champion, just kind of jack of all trades.
Yeah, we're seeing a Mundo ban. Mundo has been disgusting in the two games I've seen it.
Yep.
So yes, get rid of
hmm
that champion, please. I don't. I just feel like the Mundo specifically right now. It feels just so unfair to play against if you don't like win around 20-25 minutes. Like he just is too disgusting of a champion.
Yeah.
You can't kill him. He can kill you. It's not cool.
Yeah.
So maybe a heal cut buff coming would be nice, or maybe just nerf Mundo. I'm not really sure.
They are nerfing his damage next patch.
So maybe
So
that'll help a bit. I don't mind if I can't kill you, but you can't kill me. That's cool.
yeah.
But like nothing is killing him. He's just not dying
Mm-hmm.
ever. Like after a certain point, like around Heartsteel even, like one item and he's already pretty much unkillable. Like I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. So let's see what we have here. I mean, this could be a poppy angle even for the top side of the map. Unless Dippy takes the Jarvan. Oh.
Leona. Okay. Another champion we've seen a lot this split too. I think she's been picked around 6 or 7 times, but she's sitting around like a 30% win rate. Like she hasn't had a lot of success, but she's still finding a lot of picks. So kind of curious how that's going to pan out.
That'd be a first for this week, right? Udyr?
Yes, for week 2, yes. So it's really funny
Mhm.
because like we just finished up week 1 today, but we're also like entering week 2 more or less. You know, it's weird. But yeah, so this is a week
Oh
2
yeah,
series.
this is a week 2 series. You're
Yeah, it's a
correct,
week
yeah.
2 series. So as far as that goes, yeah, it's the first. I don't think we had new deer. I'm gonna assume T1 Tempest and Ghost didn't have a new deer. I'm gonna assume your series didn't have a new deer if you're not saying you did.
We did not.
Yes. So this will be the first Udyr of the split. Um, it has been banned once, and I feel like it might have been against peanut butter and jelly specifically. So
Yeah.
yes, I am aware, Big B. I am aware. There was 2 of them played today, so it's a little funny how that all pans out. But it's also kind of beneficial because now, like, there's only 7 series left for 7 days. So maybe y'all could do 1 series a day. That'd be cool. Don't put them all on the same day on us. Freaking 4 series
Yeah.
on a Sunday. Um, I didn't know they were not in Discord. Yes, they have to join the Discord. I just got a message here. Let me.
Yeah, I don't see them in.
Don't start yet, Dippy, if you're on the thing. Yeah, this I did not even notice it, and he messaged me. Um, let me message this guy. I don't know if this happened last time. I feel like they were there and they played against Raw. So
I
team.
believe they did. Yeah, they were. I think I casted their first series against Ice Wall. My series, if my memory's correct, and yeah, I think they were in the Discord.
Yeah, they're coming in now. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, which you should already know, it's in the thing. Make sure you're here in the Discord, and we want to make sure you guys aren't having a 7th member, like, or 6th member or something, watching you play and being able to like point things out for you as you're playing. We can't allow that. So, um, glad that Dippy messaged uh, in time because otherwise there could have been some repercussions. But all is fine, all is well. But we can start then when you guys are ready. I know sometimes you don't think about it too. Like sometimes your mates just be talking in your team chat and you're not even thinking about it as you're whatever's going on. So I understand that. So we're not gonna go, take away a ban over this. No big deal. Just make sure it doesn't
The
happen.
Medardas do not forgive or forget.
Or I will bring all vengeance down upon thee.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
Who questions my ability?
I like the Kennen angle here. I know we're kind of looking at that, but Kennen there, an R5 for Dippy.
Yeah, definitely gives him some nice kill pressure. Into the Jacks, if you ask me, like, should be able to poke him down pretty well early. What is happening?
Um,
This is so funny because this is the second time this has happened to them. Sad Jellyfish, what is happening? We did this to you too, on accident. Our top laner did the same thing. Banned the wrong champion. So funny.
I think it's called intimidation. Like, it is Sad Jellyfish.
Yeah.
So I don't think you guys are too intimidated by them anymore after that win.
We were never intimidated, but we have a lot of respect for them. So there's a big difference. We know they're good. We're well aware they're good. So you go into a series against them, you have to be on your best. But yeah, I wouldn't use the word intimidated, but I would definitely use the word of respect, and that's the biggest thing. There is a reason why this team has not only won the finals before, but has been in almost every single finals in every split they've played in, and they continuously make the playoffs. They're continuously top of their group. They're a very, very good team. So Peanut Butter and Jelly have a tall task against them today. Let's see if they're up to the challenge.
Yep. And I do like the mobility coming from the Peanut Butter and Jelly comp. Like, I think they use their cooldowns well and their mobility well. Like, they can definitely get away from a few engages here.
Yeah, I think what I'm maybe looking out for is what is this Udyr building? What is he leaning towards? Is it a tank build? Is it a AD build? Is it that crazy AD one-shot you build? Like, I'm generally curious, and that's going to dictate a lot of how this game goes, I think. Because if he goes kind of like a tanky AP bruisery build, and he's really annoying and hard to kill, like, he can really disrupt these team fights. You know, J4 is jumping in, and while J4 is jumping in, Udyr is just dealing with the entire back line. Like, something like that. Like, that will be, even if he's not killing them, he's just distracting them. That'll be pretty big, so that's what I'm a little curious about here. For the side of Sad Jellyfish, what I'd be looking out for is these, specifically in team fights, these cannon flanks, as well as Marcuti. If he's able to get, mark out this Corki, even mark out this Rakan, and just, CC lock them down and get them off the map very quickly. The other thing to note is Marcuti is playing Leona, which has got decent roams, so it does fit his heavy roam playstyle pretty well. I expect him to be moving around with the J4 pretty early on, and I do think they have a lot of kill threat on this Udyr, so if they find him, this Udyr will die very quickly, like, level 3, level 4.
Yeah, agreed. I don't see much Udyr, but I know build-wise he can do a lot of different things. So we'll see kind of what he does, but Marcuti on this Leona, he loves the roam. He's not afraid to pull the trigger on any ult at any time for fights.
Not at all. And like I said, he's really good at the champion, so it's gonna fit exactly what he wants to do in this game. Shanti getting the Caitlyn here is pretty big as well. Shanti has been very, very good on Caitlyn, one of the best champions Shanti has. So pretty much, I would say if you're Sad Jellyfish, you're pretty happy with the draft you got. You feel pretty good about it. And then on the flip side, when you're looking at Peanut Butter and Jelly, I don't know these players obviously yet. We're gonna learn about these players, but the draft still looks pretty good, like we talked about already. I think they have a lot of good things in it. And Aurora Corki are going to scale extremely well. So, and their range is not as big as Caitlyn's, but it's still pretty good. So they should be able to kite out these fights. But you got any keys to victory here for either of these teams?
I think for Sad Jellyfish, it's just team fighting here. I mean, they have so many go buttons in the form of Jarvan, Leona, Kennen that if they're all on the same page, I would expect a team that's been playing together for this long. Like this is kind of a comp that I would imagine them being super, super strong at. But on the other side, like I said, if the PB&J lineup crack out these engages and stay not only spread out, but don't get baited into using mobility spells early, they can leave like Jarvan ult, they can get away from Victor ult quite easily. A lot of them have pretty fast movement abilities to get away from Leona, and even like Udyr, who doesn't have a dash, he has an unstoppable stance. So in theory, like Leona ult's going to be a little more difficult to hit, but I think if Leona ult comes in secondary after say Kennen or Jarvan make the first move, then that sets them up better. So I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. We'll see if PB and J can withstand the team fight storm that's coming at them. So, but we'll see. This is PB and J coming off a 2-0 victory against Icewall here. Sad Jellyfish starting off the season with a very, very competitive series, though they dropped one to you guys. So, see if
Are you in, by the way?
I'm loading in right now.
Okay, I'm at 10 seconds, so let me know when you're in. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. It's I think again.
I'm in now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Let me know when you're at 10 seconds.
15 seconds, 16. I just jumped. I literally loaded in at 10 seconds, so.
Okay. I'm at 13,
I'm at 20.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
All right, good.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I think it was really big for them to get that early win here in the group. Every game is important, but certainly here, being able to get a win over Sad Jellyfish will put them in a really good spot to make it to playoffs.
Well, here's an invade here, and
yeah,
Rakan W's away. Marquiti forces him to flash though.
Yeah, really, really, really nice invade here by Sad Jellyfish.
Yep.
Something pretty spicy here. You don't see them invade a lot, but I do like this adaptation from their level 1s we've seen in the past.
Minions have spawned.
They were able to get a ward though, so they do see Haku start. They have the information that Haku walked back towards the red side. So both teams should know relatively where both junglers are starting and be able to track that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tenzin, I think if Sad Jellyfish were to drop O2 here, it certainly would be worrying. Really for any team, it's not just Sad Jellyfish. You do not want to start the split 0-2. There's only 5 series. 4 teams make it, so there is a little bit of leeway. But then that kind of feels like you probably have to win out at that point. So, just to secure a spot in playoffs.
The scary thing about this would be Sad Jellyfish, like they're a number 1 seed facing a 3 seed here, so this would be a very big start for PB&J and a very uphill battle for Sad Jellyfish.
So I can answer that really quick. So basically how it's going to work is a total of 4 teams are going to make it. And the top 3 seeds, like the, top for all the first seeds, will get a bye week. but you're kind of, it's going to be weird. Well, I kind of stopped speaking for a second. Marcuti's being spotted out here by Darkhound. I think Marcuti should be safe. Would be pushed out, so Kippo's fine. But yeah, so what's going to happen is the last team to get a bye will be one of the second seeds. Whoever has either the highest record of the second seeds, or if there's a tie, they will play for that bye. It's a little funky, but it's the only way that we can find to make it work. So
It's creative.
yeah, but I think teams would rather play for a bye than have to play for not making playoffs. Because the flip side would be have 8 teams make it and 1 team missing out as a 3rd seed. So most important thing, just be top 4 in your group and you're in.
Yep. Pretty quiet early game though. The PB&J bot lane opening up a touch of a CS lead.
Yeah, we do see Darkhound and Haku kind of messing with each other.
Yeah. It's gonna be really hard for Aurora to join this, being such low health. She's been getting poked out by Salt quite heavily.
Oh, Kippo's in a pretty bad spot. Can be able to flash away though. So that's 2 flashes burned.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing a fight over this objective, and yeah, Darkhound likes this.
Salt may stop the back again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think you gotta walk all the way back to tier 2 there if you want that back. And the wave is pushing in too, so it's just you see Kippo and Darkhound meeting up in there in the mid, so he doesn't get screwed over by that situation with his wave. This guy's top wave gain for so great. Oh, these players kill me sometimes with their names.
Oh, the top laner for PB&J?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just calling him by the champion name. I'm not a...
I don't think it's a problem. It's not like he's hating or anything. It's just a name.
No. I know, I get that. I just... It's a unique one. Dippy's doing quite well after this first wave crashed.
Yeah, it's kind of what I figured in the matchup. Like, he can pretty much poke out this Jax early. Not much the Jax can do to stop him. And if the Jax ever does full commit onto Dippy, Dippy just drops the ulti. So, isn't Kennen called Slicing Maelstrom?
Yes, that's his ult.
Yes, look at me.
+1.
+1/+1.
Marcuti making it well known that he has no issues leaving.
They know that this Aurora doesn't have flash, but Between Two Worlds is going to be dropped right there on top of Salt. Unfortunately, the Aura's not going to be able to find a way out. Trying to W away. The exhaust is going to come down. Keep him safe.
Blood comes out.
Yeah, that's just your first blood out of this Aurora. I'm not sure how that kill ended up happening and going to her, but very close team fight there.
Yeah. Could have been the last second Q, like coming back, because I seen the Arcane comment go by, but I just want to point out that this Rakan, like diving in and exhausting Salt, because I think that's what saved Aurora from getting defeated by the Salt ult.
Speaking of this Rakan, Chewy here, he's trying to defend it.
Coming in here.
Yeah, but here's a huge Kennen ult. He's going to be able to burn him down. But Prey is going to be able to pick up a kill onto the Jarvan back. So far, it's a 1-for-1. Jax has to be careful, though, in a pretty rough spot. E will land. And that's gonna be a kill
Nice.
going on to Salt.
Nice gravity field by Salt.
Yeah, and now you see.
We see what
Rakan's trying
Leona's
to
been
run
doing
away.
all week 1, just soloing people.
Yep, and here we go. Oh, the stun's gonna come out, but trying to dash away. Marcuti should pick up the kill. That's gonna be a kill onto Marcuti.
That's TPing off this top turret though.
Yeah, and the problem is I don't
There comes
know
Aurora.
how tanky this Dark Hound is.
He's
They
really
should
tanky.
be able to pick up Dippy. No, Dippy will flash away. Now Marcuti is just gonna kind of kite it out. Just kind of wasting their time. There is no flash on this Leona, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna be XP and wave being missed topside for this kill. My goodness, it's taking forever. Alright, finally, Leona will go down.
The wave's pushing away from him, so I think he's actually okay to chase. But Dippy's gonna freeze it. So.
Yeah, who ended up getting a grub there? So it was both teams got one grub, but Deer does come back to finish off the second. So grub advantage going over to the side of Peanut Butter and Jelly. Yeah, early on these fights, or this game has just been really crazy. I love how both these junglers are sitting here with like basically the same stats. It's such classic jungling, man. Alright, but Haku's coming here with the 6. So, let's see if we can get anything done. Really nice E is going to land onto the Corki. Corki's going to be able to dash away.
Both of them use their mobility.
Yeah, they use their mobility. So Corki's supposed to. Oh, he flashes into the wall. He's still stuck in there. He's going to eventually go down. That should be a kill going to Shanti. A big mistake.
Boink.
And
Oh,
Chewie
didn't.
will barely survive off the Caitlyn ult. Oh, no.
He survived with 4 HP.
Jello making just the worst type of mistake you can make. Feels bad moment. Look at that level lead in the mid lane too. That's pretty big. That's a 2-level lead right now for Salt.
Oh wow, yeah.
And the CS is mounting. It's already well over 30 now.
Yeah.
Darkhound is gonna find Shanti kind of just chilling in a bush, but that's multiple headshots. Kind
Shanti
of
played
close.
it really, really well.
Oh my goodness, another trap gonna flash in. Will it be enough? It won't. So close by Shanti, and Corki's gonna get a kill back.
That was both the Shanti summoners for just an attempt. So.
Yeah, no, Shanti played that almost as fantastic as Shanti could, but just not enough.
Yep. I've seen no one make moves on this dragon yet. Said Jellyfish has about a 1,500-1,600 gold lead.
And I feel like a lot of that's in the mid lane. We go ahead and take a peek here. So about 600 of it is. So yeah.
Both the solo laners actually.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's an engage here about. There is no Cataclysm though. Haku's going down really, really low. Really well played. But unfortunately, Salt is coming in on the back here. And yeah, that's going to be at least 2 kills. Darkhound should be able to walk away. They do CC him up. They're going to try to turn onto underneath the tower. That's a lot of damage. And they're going to take him down. Here comes Aurora trying to turn something, but kind of late on the roam. Had no TP, so nice play by Salt.
Yeah, he walked down there. He actually didn't TP.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he still has it. He came on a timer. Yeah, I would agree. They're playing very, very well right now.
Yep.
But I like what I've seen from Peanut Butter Jelly so far. I mean, they're willing to be proactive on the map. These fights have mostly been close and back and forth. I mean, really that bot fight we just seen was probably the only one that's been kind of bad for them, honestly. But now this is where it gets hard because Darkhound is going to be caught out here. They're just throwing everything into Tippy, and then the flag KS by Haku.
Flag. It's the kill.
But that means no jungler, so that's going to be 4 grubs. And that'll be the passive on the grubs here going over to Sad Jellyfish.
That's grubs going over to a Kennen into melee and a Caitlyn. So like the 4 grubs is going to be massive for getting plates. Though plates do fall here in about 40 seconds because they got the grubs too late.
Less than just these grubs for the plates. It's really more about the siege as this game progresses. I mean, Caitlyn's one of the best sieging champions in the game. So these turrets won't really stand a chance. Kennen able to pick up 1 more plate for himself though, so it's 2 plates for this little Yordle. And Jax did not get many of those minions on that turret, pretty rough. But we are starting to see why exactly the Sad Jellyfish comp is very strong.
Yep. And while they got this first dragon, it looks like Darkhound's taking his time to get this Rift Herald.
Yeah, just because you're behind the game does not mean you can't make cross-minute plays. That is the correct decision. Though, speaking of plays, Mark Cutie is trying to make
I don't
one.
know if they got the damage for this.
They do not. They do have a TP. Nice solar flare going to land. Between 2 worlds going to come on. Cutie should eventually fall here. Cutie will go down, but the Cataclysm is going to lock in the Corki, who is forced to dash out, and Aurora will die to the Caitlyn R from downtown.
Udyr and Jax end up taking...
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of interesting. Salt's TPing in. I don't think he wants this. He's forced to flash away. Going to be able to CC up. He should be able to kite this out now. Frey's got to be very careful. Looks like he should be okay, and they will get the kill. That's going to be a shutdown going over to Darkhound, who I should note is going for that AP build. Yeah, Marcuti playing pretty well this game, finding a lot of angles here and really punishing the bot lane. Peanut butter and jelly.
I see about a 3,000 gold loot coming out for the side of Sad Jellyfish now, so just growing little by little here.
Yep, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you grow, it just matters that you do.
Oh, Salt. Brush cheesing this Aurora here.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on this Aurora, just off that simple combo there.
See what happens here. You got Corki coming up, so you might see... if Aurora didn't eat that E.
Yeah, but it's fine because I think Corki can just solo kill at this point. Yeah, it's going to be a kill eventually. Yep, there it is. So just some more gold onto Jello here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a Inferno spawning in a minute and a half here, so that should be a big fight for that objective. Dippy does use his E, so he's going to be turned onto here. He does have a flash available. He flashes away, so that's pretty big. He's going to have no ult, no flash for this Drake fight.
Yeah. Like Aurora has TP here in about 30 seconds. I know ideally they would want to fight for this Drake, but I just don't think the TPs are lining up here. Actually, no, I'm sorry.
No, everybody's TP needs to be up
Will
for
be
the
up.
fight. Yeah, it will be up.
It will be up. Sorry, I was looking at the
I
wrong
think even
timer.
Salt might have his up as well. Yep, he will. He's pinging it right now. 30 seconds. Yeah, everybody's TP will be up for this fight, but the only thing is, again, this Kennen's ult will not be. It will be close, by the way. If this fight does extend a little bit and doesn't kind of end quickly.
Kennen ult in 30 seconds, so it'll be basically up.
Yeah, so it really just going to depend on how quickly this fight can break out and if maybe they can get a pick before the Kennen ulti comes up. And that's 6 seconds. You certainly can watch this Caitlyn and Victor explode. Question is, do they know the timer and can they take advantage of it?
I like this build from Haku, knowing that he's probably the one pulling the first trigger. So he's got to be on the tankier side of things.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to punish that, so Kennen ulti is going to come back up, and Salt will require a tier 1 top for himself. Here comes the TP in. The Deer cannot get in, so there's basically no contest. Really well played by Sad Jellyfish, and it just felt like Peanut Butter Jelly were just too slow to respond and find a way in.
Yeah, Shanti putting that trap right on top of the ward that Kipo was TPing to was super clutch.
Chewy now is in a bad spot. They're going to be able to land the CC onto him, but he's just going to dash away and have to burn flash, though, which is pretty big. Oh, they're looking for the play. Haku's going in. They're going to land a really, really nice Cataclysm, but this if he's trying to a world, is going to come down as well. The Charm will land the multiple members, but Shanti just picking up a free kill. Now we have the 80 carries fighting in the background. Can Shanti survive? Wouldn't be flashing away. Jello's also going to flash. Does he have the damage? Going to drop the barrier. He's living, but he's being chopped down slowly but surely. Finally going to fall. And now it's a 1v2, and this Udyr likes those odds. Marcuti will die. Will be a sacrificial lamb. And Shade 4 will get out. And there wasn't really much to fight over there. I mean, I guess maybe you turn for Baron if you get a favorable fight, but it ends up being a, I believe a 3-for-3. Rakan did die early on in that fight, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Rakan was the casualty that got picked off by Marcuti to start that.
Yeah, there's no sums on either AD carry now. Both used their flash barrier during that team fight. So let's see if either of these teams are willing to try to force a Baron, knowing that their carries are missing flashes.
I see a really, really big CS lead coming up in the top lane.
Yeah, it's pretty massive, and it's translated into two items right here compared to 1.5. So
That's about 1,100 gold difference between these top laners right now. Mid lane's about 1,000 gold as well, so there's a majority of your gold difference.
yeah, but it has been hovering around 3K for a while. So
Yeah.
Peanut Butter and Jelly are still certainly in this game. Both comps scale pretty well. So it's just going to come down to this Drakes at this point. Hashtag Soul will be the soul for the game. So I think both teams also like that. But one team has 2 and one team has none. So that's a bit of a game changer right there. Oh, Jello is dashing into Shanti, but Shanti really nice with the traps. Really nice play. Oh, and Haku's going to walk right on top of this Rakan and make sure he can't do anything. Darkhound's
Nice
trying
sidestep.
to kite out, but doesn't matter because his Rakan had died trying to save this carry. But Salt's going to flash away here too. Do they have any follow-up? Oh, Beyond Two Worlds does land, but not stuck in there. They're able to get out. So just the damage is going to go down. They're going to try to force onto Mercury, but it's kind of tanky. I would like to point out, Jax also did flash in the bot lane. Oh, Dippy's coming in. They're trying to make a play. Oh, and Haku forced to flash away. A little risky there. Kind of biting off more than he could chew. Popcorn line gets longer and longer every night. Honestly, bro. Honestly.
Popcorn doesn't sound bad right now. Not gonna lie.
Especially if this game turns out to be straight cinema. Let's hope for it.
It's looking that way so far. I mean, Sad Jellyfish has done their best to extend this lead little by little. It's up to almost 4,000. Or just a little over
They're
4,000.
trying to turn onto Salt. Salt does not want this. I don't think he can kite this out at this point. He's doing what he can. Leona has come up. Going to drop the solar flare right on top of him. What is Jello doing? I think he's DC.
Yeah,
Okay, he finally started autoing. Here comes the Cataclysm, though. They're going to land a lot of damage on the Haku. Haku eventually fall. He's going to get the heal off. He's going to be shut down by the Corki. This fight is turning so bad early because Salt was getting caught out. Marcuti is barely surviving, though. Going to be pushed out. Oh, the huge Slicey Maelstrom is going to find 3 members. 2 will instantly go down from Dippy trying to carry the fight. Marcuti will be picked up, but you're seeing Corki go down as well. This Kennen saving the game. And now he's trying to chase down this Jax. Jax smartly going to kite up here.
So you play around with vision, maybe?
Oh, and look, Udyr's just going to try to turn and do the Drake. Can he sneak this, though? There are resets. We do see J4 back on the map.
He does.
It's already down to 7K. J4 is coming down pretty quickly. It's 6K. This might be a smite fight. Let's see what happens. Down to 4. J4 will arrive in time. Does Darkhound back off or does he commit to it? He's backing off. I think you're just going to commit this Darkhound. Just go in. Don't be afraid. Fight for it. You got to just fight for it. He's not going to. He's going to give it. That is massive. As that'll be soul point now secured.
Wow, what a fight there by PB&J. Even down half a member.
Yeah, they almost got away with it, but you saw Kennen using vision there. And the fact that they could not see him to his advantage. Fog of War is massive in these little micro fights. I think the big thing here is too is there's no Locket on this Rakan. You're into a very heavy AP team. I feel like Locket should be an instant rush. I mean, Zeke's convergence is not bad, but you really, really need that, you know, shielding and protection, especially when you have a Kennen. And I think that really made the biggest difference there because they got instantly popped the moment he showed up.
Yeah, I agree with that. You could even argue, like, potentially Locket coming out from this Udyr being just such a cheap tank item, but he's on 3rd item, Spirit Visit now.
Yeah, Darkhound is massive. I just really wish he would have committed to that Drake. I understand Baron could have been taken if he dies there, but now you're in a really bad spot when you're sitting in a situation where you're down 3 Drakes. Oh, Solar Flare is going to miss. That's pretty massive. It'll be down for a little bit here. But again, can they take advantage of this cooldown being gone? Something I would like to point out, this Corki is sitting on 3 items compared to this. Well, actually, as I said, that Caitlyn did just pick up her 3rd. So it's 3.5 versus 3 at this point. And they are going to spot on Marcuti. I don't know if they really want to turn onto Leona. Just a little bit of damage.
Jax ends up getting that
They're
turret
trying
bot
to turn
lane.
together, but look at the engage by the jungle and support together, instantly killing the Rakan. But now the front line of Sad Jellyfish in a really bad spot. Haku's gonna go down, and a huge E coming out of Prey, but Tippy's gonna turn it back with a nice slicing Maelstrom. Gonna find multiple members, but they're surviving, they're living. Dippy will go down. Darkhow, they're playing this fight extremely well. It's back and forth.
No one's stopping this Udyr.
Udyr is just popping off in this fight, doing absolutely anything he wants, and he's going to get a triple kill.
Wow, what a fight.
What a turn of events. It looked so good for Sad Jellyfish early on. But Prey finding that massive 3-man E, and this Udyr just being able to do pretty much anything he wanted, ends up turning that fight. And now all of a sudden they have the Baron buff. They're up 2K. CLT, this game is flipped on its head.
Yeah, that team fight is exactly what PB&J needed. That was just insane. Jack's counter-strike there to get 3. Dippy tried to turn it, but with all those mobility spells kind of back up off cooldown, they managed to get away from him, and the damage that he could do was minimal. So he got Corki pretty low, but overall didn't take Corki out.
Yeah, and Corki, like, we haven't seen Corki a lot, but Corki's one of the best AD carries still, in my opinion, in the game right now. Very, very strong, so not a lot of teams putting value into the Corki, so it's something that, you know, you gotta look out for, I think, especially if this team plays it.
I see a TP coming in from behind here by Dippy.
Slicey Maelstrom is going to find the Corki. Corki should go down pretty quickly. No, he's going to live.
Oh!
Blocking the Caitlyn, the Charmer, the Haku. Haku will pick up Corki in the back. But what do you see going on between the two worlds? Going to land on multiple members.
Oh my god, this Udyr's 1v3.
He's running them all down. They tried the desperation play, but Shanti, you can't get away from this Udyr. He is unstoppable. And that'll be back-to-back triple kills for Dark Hound.
Wow. What a trigger pulled over here by Sad Jellyfish, but Udyr just ends up 1v3, 1v4ing this back line. Takes out Salt, takes out Shanti. Dippy and Haku threw everything at Jello.
Everything, and I told you this is exactly how these team fights are going to look. They're going to engage onto the back line, but if this Udyr gets to a point where Udyr is just a menace, distracting them, forcing them to focus him, it's going to be all she wrote, and that is how this game went.
Wow.
One Baron, one end. That is it.
What an explosive team fight ending there for the side of PB&J.
Yeah, that's huge. And look, PB&J, you're up 1-0 in the series, and now it's about how to close it out. We did see Sad Jellyfish being very, very dominant early on in this game, all the way really up until about that 25, 26 mark before that team fight broke out at that Baron. So really, the question is, you got to ask yourselves, if you're Sad Jellyfish specifically, did we lose because they outplayed us, or did we lose because we outplayed ourselves? And now that is the question for Sad Jellyfish. And on the flip side, Peanut Butter and Jelly, it doesn't matter who outplayed who, you just got the victory, and that's what's most important here for them.
I definitely think we're gonna see an Udyr man coming out.
Yes, 100%. I honestly would love to know what happened with the specifically the Udyr, because I want to see if it was actually banned in the series against PB&J before, and if so, there's your reason why.
Udyr in the PB&J Ice Wall series was not banned game 1 and was not banned game 2.
Interesting. So I'm curious where that Udyr ban comes from, because I know it was banned one time. But yeah, no, that was massive. And I do think, like, I don't think Udyr's in a fantastic spot right now. But again, it's not about the champion being in a fantastic spot. You know how to pilot him well, and you know what your job is in team fights. You know you can win a game, and that's what I saw. Darkhound was everywhere he needed to be every single time, and it transitioned well into these team fights. But give credit. I mean, give credit to all 5 members of Peanut Butter and Jelly. They were really out there punishing some of these plays that Jellyfish were doing, like Jello moving up top side to get himself a kill, trying to accelerate this Corki. Capio, even though he kind of struggled a bit throughout the game, had multiple great beyond between two worlds. Altis there. And then Prey, again, that one fight around Baron, massive E that led to that play. So what are the changes you want to see for Sad Jellyfish here, CLT?
Wow. I don't know, because the solo laners got off to such a hot start, and was a majority of the gold lead. God, I think if Udyr just doesn't get ahead, it's a whole different game. So I can't really say that they had like a terrible game plan. I mean, I could probably see it go a touch different if it wasn't like Caitlyn. Maybe just go full dive, like with something like Kaisa. Potentially. I don't. I don't know. I think right now for Sad Jellyfish they didn't play it bad. They just lost track and let this Udyr get ahead. If they can ban this Udyr and maybe even the Corki, because the Corki had a bunch of mobility that they might not have been used to coming out of the AD carry role.
I mean, not even just that. I think it's crazy because the Corki, messing up a little bit early, that flash into. Basically, you're in the Cataclysm, you flash into the Cataclysm. You just didn't leave it.
Yeah,
From one side.
flash from one side to the other.
Yeah, one side to the other. And so you see, like, mistakes coming out of Peanut Butter Jelly. Sad Jellyfish having a lot of control. The second Drake just really well set up by Sad Jellyfish, and they weren't able to punish the Kennen without flash and alt. There was so many moments where you're just like, okay, this is feeling like Sad Jellyfish. As long as they play this game correctly here, they should be able to win. And unfortunately, that's not what we saw. We saw, mistakes here at just a crucial point, and then Peanut Butter and Jelly was just not afraid to march it down mid. I am curious if you maybe just wait and don't pull the trigger there and just let them siege a little bit. But yeah, they just went for it, and Corki lived just long enough for the fight to go the wrong way at the end there.
Yeah, I found where your Udyr ban came from.
Where was it?
This was game one of Cal Poly Instinct.
Okay.
There was a Udyr ban in the 4-5 segment.
Gotcha. I'm so interested to know then, because not a lot of these junglers play Udyr to my knowledge. I mean, obviously there's some new players in the league, but the ones that are in from previous splits, they haven't really played it. So I am kind of curious if this guy is like a Udyr player, straight up, or he just felt that it was a good pick here. But we are seeing so far the same bans out of Sad Jellyfish here. I do think you have to at least ban the Udyr, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
this was a Cassante ban game one, so they're letting Cassante through and banning Udyr is the big pivot here for Sad Jellyfish.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision, and we're just gonna see an Aurora again. This champion, it's like still, no matter what you do to it, it feels like it reminds me a lot of Orianna back in the day, where like even when Orianna got nerfs, she was still just so good in the competitive scene because of what her ulti provided, and it kind of feels the same way here with Aurora. I don't think she's as strong as she once was, but she's still strong, and the ulti specifically, it's so game changing. It doesn't matter that you can't get stuck in it anymore. It still does lots of damage. It's AoE. It slows you for like 90% if you try to walk through the wall. So, yeah, and we're seeing similar drafts. I mean, both sides here, and Peanut Butter Jelly sticking to that blue side.
I don't think they changed anything here.
No, so far it's the same. It's straight up the same. I honestly think you don't pick Rakan here, though. I think you take jungle. Like, if you're gonna go for the same draft, please don't pick, because the Rakan, it didn't have as many great moments due to the fact that it was Marcuti got the Leona. Leona's a great pick in the Rakan. So you see jungler, I think you just pick jungler for jungler here.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in the Ezreal after seeing how great the Corki was last game.
Yeah,
Even with a bad flash and a DC in the middle of a fight.
and it's crazy. We're going back to the Rakan. Yeah,
See, I would have agreed with you. I would have switched to Rakan if anything.
yeah, but maybe here they ban the Leona. I think you just take that off the table. It's not a bad
Uh-huh.
idea. But yeah, I'm really curious about the Ezreal. Why the Ezreal? I agree with you. Ezreal can be strong in some circumstances. Of course, here he has a dash still, so J4's job is not that simple. But again, you're right. The Corki was really strong. It scales extremely well. Ezreal's scaling is not as good unless you like can literally just hit every Q and W. And weave your autos in perfectly. Like that's my belief of this champion. If,
I think Ezreal is just a worse version of Corki right now. Like Corki has the mobility that Ezreal has, though Ezreal can get refreshed off the Q. He has the equivalent poke past level 6, and to me he has better burst damage.
yeah,
So it's like I don't get the Ezreal
yeah,
here.
we're seeing a Braum ban. I really want to
I
see Leona. I
I
think
do too. Yeah.
I think what they're thinking is it doesn't matter. It does. Like your Rakan was not able to play the game, and that's why part of the reason why you were behind in that game. Yes, game is always playable, Seth. I don't ever think you should go in with a mindset if you're either a team like, oh, we're just outdrafted. But always one draft is easier to win with, I think, most of the time. And if you ask me at the moment, just because the Ezreal pick, I'm going to lean towards Sad Jellyfish draft again. Just I think it's solid. Like, it's still just three great picks. Even if J4 can't do what J4 wants to do as much, it's still a stable champion.
Yeah. Agreed. So let's see what
Okay.
Sad Jellyfish pick here.
Poppy
Also,
pick.
no Leona ban, no Kennen ban.
Yeah, and those were huge.
Huh?
Maybe they knew something that we know. Marcuti tends to not pick the same champion twice. It's very rare to do so. But Pike is pretty good at the Rakan too. So
Mark Cutie on Pike sounds like a nightmare for anybody playing against him. Like,
yes, yeah, and it's good into Rakan. So like this is the thing. Like so, back-to-back games, you're kind of putting your Rakan in a weird spot. I just think I said it before and I'll say it again. I think you just pick jungler here B3. You might win the game, and that doesn't make what I'm saying wrong. By the way, I I do think you do B3 jungle. Um, just because you're putting your support at in a weird spot.
what are you thinking? What would you like to see here, jungle, real quick?
Um, well, Gear's off the table. Well, Amumu, there it is. I could see the Amumu anyways, but I was kind of trying to think it out. Um, based on the comp they're drafting, I mean, Wukong could have been good too, but Wukong was actually banned. Never mind, they banned it.
Yeah, I was thinking something like Shyvana, where it's like you can actually do damage from a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
And it plays kind of the similar to Udyr. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm stretching it. Don't get me wrong, but
I think Amumu was
it's
really solid here, and I think my reasoning for that is that the champion here that's going to be the most annoying for Rakan can't play the game into Amumu. Like if Amumu lands a Q on you and you're Pike, you just die.
The Medadas do not forgive or forget.
I like the Amumu pick. I also think it's really nice with Aurora here. If they go in together, they lock down this back line. It's gonna be pretty nasty. My biggest concern, if I'm Peanut Butter Jelly, is though that you can kill all of them. Like I don't think you have to worry about. Okay, well Ezreal could have lower DPS. You know, I don't think that's a concern here. The concern here is if your Ezreal and Aurora die, what do you do in fights?
agreed.
That's your concern here, and I think Ezreal against Camille, Victor, Caitlyn is kind of terrifying. And the fact that you're lacking a lot of range too. I mean, Aurora does not have really much range. We saw what happened there in game 1 against the Victor and how hard it was to play the game. I don't expect much difference here in that matchup. You know, I think Salt's going to control that lane similarly. So it's going to come down to these mid-game team fights again, more than likely.
I think there's going to be a lot of pressure putting up topside here, because you got to get that Camille going. Because I think Cassante is like one of the few champions that can like push back Camille, or at least even out the split push in the lane. And note, like, Sad Jellyfish's comp has like one less frontliner with them going Pike support. Like, Jarvan is the solo frontliner. Camille's not frontlining, she's diving from a side and a flank. So if this Ezreal gets ahead, he can definitely poke out this team, this Sad Jellyfish team comp quite heavily.
Yeah.
But likewise, if Salt gets ahead, you're asking Amumu Rakan to dive into like Victor Caitlyn traps with Pike execute behind him too. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a very, very volatile game.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty insane. I think. But I'm all here for it. I mean, you know, you don't expect like kind of crazy games from Sad Jellyfish a lot, but it feels like last game was like it wasn't as controlled as we're used to seeing, and it was very, very much more chaotic, and so it brought a lot of fun to the gameplay. Not saying they're not fun to watch. Is not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They're usually a very controlled team. They have a plan, they execute it, and all of a sudden they have a team fight, they win. Like that's a lot, and they get ahead early with some nice roams from RQD. But that game felt just so chaotic, and I don't know if maybe that's just PB&J fighting back so well, but yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, we'll see. While we're waiting for the delay here, I'm gonna go get something to drink.
All right, guys. I think CLT will make it back before 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Maybe.
Place your bets here. Place your bets here. 20 bucks over under from Tenzin. I know he didn't say that. I'm just trolling around. He should come in the chat though and put a bet on the game like a real man.
All right, back.
Welcome back, sir.
You know, the ironic thing is, probably before I go to bed, I'm making a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, man, you gotta get some rest. I did not expect you to get on for this series at all, even though you dropped in the chat. I was just gonna do the solo cast. You're always welcome. I tell you, don't burn yourself out, all right? Like, I'm serious, you know?
You're in the same boat as me.
I didn't work today or tomorrow, so I'm good.
I do work tomorrow, but it's pretty slow at work, so I can't complain.
That's good. Well, it's been a great week 1, and week 2 is shaping up to already be great. So this is what we love to see. Just good games all around, and that's what keeps me wanting to cast the most. If teams are getting blown out, it might get a little rough, but if games are like this, you have my full attention.
For me, it's about just some of the gratification I get out of giving these people a platform to just play and have fun, and maybe even like send a link to their friends that don't play the game of like, look, you know, check this out, check out this play I made, those kind of things.
So really, you're just doing it for yourself. Got it.
Why you gotta make it like that?
I'm just messing. Are you in game?
I mean, yeah, I'm getting game. 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Okay, we're good. We should be at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, seeing messages like what Big B posted, where you know, happy with the support, triple kill highlights, stuff like that. It kind of makes it worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, even in a losing effort, that was a really awesome little clip there to see.
Yep.
got me a little hype when I was casting it. You know, I was like, wait a second, what is going on here?
Summoner's Rift.
So, let's see what happens here. If you're gonna have another invade here, doesn't look like it. Yeah, and you definitely don't want to be telegraphed with your level 1s. So you want to try to do different things. So it's smart for them to do a 5-man fan out. But look at this, they're gonna try to walk in here. Does Mark Cutie spot them? He doesn't initially, but he's gonna walk out of the bush. They do see him though, and they're gonna get vision. That's pretty big. Meanwhile, no vision acquired from red side, so they're not going to see the pathing. They also see Marcuti in this bush, so they're going to land the early Q. A little damage onto him.
Yeah, this might. I know this is definitely our first pike of this split. I don't think there was even a pikes played last split, was there?
I do not remember.
I don't remember one. So.
I'm starting to wonder if we're going to end up with all 106 champions played, though.
That's true. I mean, pike's a new one.
Yes, another one on the board.
Yep.
I don't feel like we will. I highly doubt we'll see something like Shakro. It's kind of a crap champion.
I mean, we've seen York bans and Udyr ban, plus now Udyr's played. So.
Udyr is not strange at all. York isn't really strange. It's really not normally a competitive pick. Oh, what a nice flash in there. Jello brought pretty low, but nice flash back to make sure he doesn't get hit up by the hail of blades. So, Marcuti going hard, trying to get an advantage early.
I'm not gonna lie, Pike just sounds like the best Marcuti champion ever. For how he just wants to play. Nice trade there by Prey.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely feels like a sad jellyfish draft. I mean, Dippy on his famous Camille here. The first top lane Camille I think we've seen this split. Been banned a lot. So finally getting an opportunity to play that. It's massive.
I think she was played one other time.
Support.
Oh, yeah, Victor. He's a top laner. It counts.
No. He was never originally a top laner, by the way. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I don't know. I don't even know what Victor's true role is. I think it was jungle at one point, but he's playing support now. So.
Yeah. And we've had a couple of role swaps on one of those teams there. One of the TK teams. I think has like 3 role swaps from last split.
Dark count is coming down here, but Marcuti should be just fine. Sean T's got to worry because Jello took a lot of damage. They're going to flash it on Marcuti. They know he doesn't have flash. Does he have a follow-up with the Q? He does not.
Nice sidestep by Shanti.
Yeah, now Chewy's got to be careful. And if Chewy still had his W, maybe that is a kill, but nice attempt at least. Oh, now we see Prey in a bit of a bad spot. Here comes the flag and drag. They're going to force the flash out of him, though.
Oh, just a note. That's Aftershock on Cassante. That's different.
Yes. So Victor is support originally. There you go. Thanks, Bori. I could not remember. I know he told me, but he kind of just plays everything. That's how I look at it.
Yep. Kind of similar to game 1. Kipo on this Aurora getting poked down by Salt here.
Yeah. Is it Kipo or is it Kiepo? Like I've been saying. Well, meanwhile, here comes the flash from Haku. He autos the minion. Banachot's gonna miss, but he will get first blood. Darkhound should eventually get this kill though. Yes, he will. That's gonna be a kill for this Amumu. He autoed the minion there, and it almost led to the Aurora getting out. Yeah, now we see the only thing bad here is the wave is not in a good spot for this Aurora.
Similar to last game, we see the solo laners getting just a touch of a CS lead going.
Yeah, and such jellyfish really is strong in the lanes. So
Yeah.
not really surprised to see them continuously get these advantages early on. But that also has lots of Hako here. He's impacted both top and mid early on here as well. Helps out his laners get some more advantages. Okay, so Haku does get CC'd there, forced to run away, and it's always impressive to see someone actually get to a roam first. Chewy was actually able to do so, but is losing a bit of XP for it. That's the one massive part of it. Now Jello's got to watch out here. He's going to be hooked, but a nice shift away will keep him safe. Marcuti does take 2 shots. So I don't expect to see that play again. Good trading here in the top lane from Prey. You see Darkhound going up, but I believe they should be okay. Wait, the third Q is going to land. Gonna have to be able to use the E. Really well played. Oh, the ulti cancel on the E! Forcing Dippy to flash away, but Dippy should end up living. Ooh, very close. If Darkhound maybe held one of those Qs and just waited, maybe that's a kill. What a
that was well played, though.
Cancel out of this Cassante. They were able to acquire Drake. Oh, what a beautiful W out of Chewy. Make sure that that play cannot get any further off the ground. Even though it was a very nice E out of this Pyke as well.
I like what I'm seeing on this PB&J lineup. Like, they're just not afraid to stand toe-to-toe.
Oh, and here goes the ulti! Trying to get back from last game. Say, hey, I can duke it out here too. And Jaylee, they're looking at him legit right now, playing super, super well. Rakan just called us nerds, bro.
Who's that?
Rakan, he said, "What up, nerds?"
I know. Tell me someone don't.
Pyke now hitting 6. So that XP advantage is coming through, but can they really do anything to punish it? That's the question. Doesn't look like so, because here comes Darkhound to try to make a play here on the bot side. They do not know he's here, but you've got to consider Grub spawning in a minute, so probably doesn't want to waste too much time down here.
Salt is poking out Tipo here.
Yeah, it's just similar to last game. It's really hard for... Looks like it's really hard for Aurora to really do much in the matchup.
Yeah.
It's like the 4th or 5th time I've seen it, and every time I see it, it just does not look Aurora favorite at all.
No.
Oh, they're gonna drop the ulti. Here comes Haku though. He's trying to turn a play. Oh, but that's a really nice gravity field coming down, but it's not gonna matter. Can Haku kite it out? Ezreal's gonna come and it's gonna land on Haku. That might help in this fight. Cataclysm's gonna come down. The EQ's gonna come out. Oh, the CC!
Oh.
It's gonna be a Q. Marcute's gonna miss the ulti. Can Kipo walk away? The Ignite is ticking. He will eventually fall. There should be a double kill from Marcute. What a fight. The Ezreal ult was so clutch out of Jello, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well played from both parties.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Marcute only gets the double kill because of the Ignite. Missing the ult there was just massive and almost results in them able to get out. But the biggest thing is those 2 kills went onto Pyke. Dippy was in the area. Would have been probably pretty nice for Dippy to pick up 1 kill onto this Amumu. Oh, but look, they are running right for these grubs. 1 grub still is yet to be taken. So 1 was secured, so they're going to stop them from at least getting 6 here. Let's see what kind of transpires. Pyke is starting to move up here. That will be a 4th. So 5 grubs going over. Beat him on a jelly. It's pretty big. Especially because last game they actually were down in the grubs department as well. But that plate gold that Caitlyn is getting to is just kind of massive. Oh wait, Marcute's ulted. He doesn't hit anything, but Kipo's got to be really careful here himself. Could put himself in a bad spot. But they're not putting themselves in a good setup to contest this Drake. The Ezreal's still yet to reset. Kipo's got really, really low HP. So this should be a second Drake going over to the side-to-side Jellyfish. So the game is still going very similar to game 1. And it's going to be a Cloud Soul.
Spotlight needs to run.
Yeah, Jello. Can you get out? Oh, the flash is going to land into
nice.
the Cataclysm. They are going to be able to find multiple members, but a huge curse on the Sand Mommy is going to result in at least 1 kill. Darkhound probably should stop chasing. He's staying committed. Haku going to go down in the end. That's a double kill for Shanti, though. So the trading in these fights are insane. It's going to keep it a 1K, almost a 2K gold lead, about 1,500 for Sad Jellyfish.
Nice response from them. Again, like, Sad Jellyfish keep throwing these punches, and PB&J's not, like, just taking them and firing right back, especially Darkhound.
What I'm worried about is this top lane here. Can he outplay this? No, we cannot. Salt's just going to walk up, drop the ulti, and Dippy will be able to pick up the kill. That's pretty massive with Herald spawning. The Grubs do some work here in the mid lane, but mid lane has
Ezreal might hit Salt. Oh, so close.
So close, it's so far away. Haku is on the way. He does not have his ulti. EQ will miss. Really nice between the 2 worlds to keep him safe. But that is a massive cooldown here for this Herald play if they want to take it. They're gonna mess with Chewy here. I almost just dropped the straight F-bomb on this stream.
No one heard it.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, they're gonna mess with Chewy, push him out. And it looks like the decision to give Herald over. I'm very intrigued by this. I feel like they should be contesting. Prey's gonna check. He is gonna see it. Nice CC layering so far. Oh, and unfortunately, Prey will not be able to get out safely here. Yeah, it feels pretty interesting. I feel like they should have known that those started up, but Prey walked in and face checked.
See if Ezreal sticks around for this turret. Here comes Dippy.
Yeah, Ezreal should probably go down here. There's going to be an ulti dropped right on his head. I don't think there's anywhere for him to run. So that should be a kill. Just hit the turret. And that's a shutdown going over to Dippy. They did a really good job keeping this Camille from getting fed early, but now it's going to get hard. And Aurora is also in a very, very bad spot. I don't know what
here comes Darkhound again.
Oh, Darkhound is coming, but unfortunately, oh, nice flash Arton. He will be able to pick up a kill. Darkhound is saying, get on my back, boys. I got you. Unfortunately, I don't know if Darkhound will be able to carry this game because Dippy is 2-0 on his Camille, and Shanti is 3-0 on the Caitlyn. It's pretty big. These are their marquee champions.
Yeah, it looks like that Jellyfish is not trying to like overreach on these fights. Like they're taking the small incremental victories and just slowly grinding away to stretch this gold lead.
And now it's 4K. I mean, I don't recall how big it was.
They got the 6K at one point last game.
Okay, so yeah, so we are. It is pretty scary, but it's still playable. I mean, Amumu is pretty massive. Finding a good engage, but so far in this game, they look a little disjointed on what they want to do from PB&J side. So we'll see if they're able to turn this around. They obviously did last game. It only takes one fight, as we know. Yeah, the turret gold they got back, it's already kind of made it only about a 3K gold lead, so 25 seconds on this Drake here, CLT, and what are we looking for? Well, as I say that, what are we looking for? We find QD. What are we looking for PB&J here at this Drake? Are you there, CLT?
Yep.
She's not gonna respond to my question, guys. All right.
My apologies, I got distracted. Say that again. I
was just saying, what does PB&J want to look for here around this Drake? What is their play?
I mean, it's gonna be really hard for them to walk into Fog of War with stuff like Victor and Pike hooks coming out. So, I think they need to like try to find a way to push the Vision back on the side of like Ezreal poke. But there's so much like zone control, especially Caitlyn traps too. I like this stance here by them to just kind of like
nice man, so gonna find multiple members. Haku does get caught up, but Darko next to the huge Ezreal's gonna go through multiple members. With the to the fight beyond 2 words.
But Dippy's in the back line here.
Yes, Dippy's in the back line, but his back line is just dying. Shanti is still surviving, but here's a huge ulti from Bray to pull Dippy back away from his team. He has been pulled out. Pike will die as well. Dippy should eventually go down here. Let's see what the E-turn is. Gonna get the shield. Can he E away? One more Q, and that's gonna be a shutdown. What a team fight from Peanut Butter and Jelly once again.
That was an interesting delivery system to get Dippy into the backline. Was the Rift Herald charge?
Yeah. Not only that, the bandage toss off the blast cone too.
Well, I thought it was a Jarvan EQ that he hit the bandage toss like right when the Q connected. So Haku actually was the delivery system.
Yeah, and then Ezra ulti was just beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Every member in that fight.
Yeah. Jello's having like a really, really standout series right now.
Yeah, he's in a very quiet game here, in my opinion, when you really consider things. But when he's making plays, they are very, very impactful.
His positioning in that last fight, like arcane shifting and then flashing over the wall to get more separation from Dippy there, was insane.
And then you see just the great peel out of Prey to make sure his AD carry is safe. Just send the Camille all the way back to the Nether Realm.
Yeah. Yeah, Cassante has ways of healing as well, especially in these like really weird jungle fights. You can just pick a wall and you're just all of a sudden on the other side of it.
And they will finally get this mid turret to fall, and that's just more gold in their pockets. And still a gold lead for the side of Jellyfish. It's sitting at 2K. It's kind of insane to me. I think that has to do with the fact that there's a 30 CS lead in bot, a 20 CS lead in mid, and a 30 CS lead in top. That's really where the difference is probably coming from. But it is so close in this game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're PB&J too, like you like where you're at, you scale. We did talk about it. They still scale decently well. I think I would give the scaling overall to the side of set Jellyfish, but if you're PB&J, you can stall a little bit. Like you can wait. You don't have to end this game at 25 minutes. I would think around between 32 to 35 minutes is probably their breaking point, to where it becomes not impossible but very hard to win the game. As at that point, Caitlyn, Victor on 3 or 4 items each will just be disgusting.
Yeah, agreed. I would give the scaling.
Yeah. Meanwhile, talking about scaling, we are seeing a fight break out. Look at Darkout. Darkout just doesn't care. He is going to be forced to flash away, though, from Haku. It's a pretty big summoner burned on this Amumu.
See Aurora on 2 items, Amumu 2 items, Ezreal 2 items. Now Victor's just got done his 2nd item. Shanti on 2, potentially 3 items here.
Oh, the Arcane
See what? Oh, Mark Cutie
early does not have flash, but here comes a beautiful charm. They want him killing the Ezreal, but at what cost? As and another huge curse in the set. Mommy's gonna find multiple members. Immediately going down to Shanti. Shanti will be shut down. Now they're going to turn on to Haku. Haku will land a nice Cataclysm, though. Be able to EQ out, keep himself safe. Victor has arrived. What can Prey do? Prey's going to ult back Dippy. Dippy's going down so fast. He's going to be instantly pop. Haku's so close to death as well. Red buff will tick. It will be enough. And the fight going in the way of Peanut Butter and Jelly. A little bit of a mistake early on in that fight from Jello, but Rakan just coming in, making the fight turn a little bit.
Yeah, it's absolute insane turnaround from PB&J after their EDC gets caught out. But they ended up bursting Mark Cutie right before the Pike ult came in as well.
Yes, it slowed it down a bit. On top of the fact that it was a huge Amumu R, just catching out 3. Shanti had no chance of living, and that was a shutdown too. I don't know who got it. I wasn't fully paying attention. Did you see?
Who got the shutdown?
Yes.
Stand by. I can scroll up. Amumu shut down Shanti for 540 gold.
That's huge. This Amumu is just massive, by the way.
Yeah. So. I think at some point here, I think Dippy's going to find a way to just kind of split push and put a little more pressure on this PB&J team.
That's what we're seeing, and now we're seeing Side Jellyfish on the back foot trying to find a way in. They can walk, but another beautiful curse to the Sad Mommy into an Ezreal ulti. This fight's just going bad early on for them. Can they turn it though? Victor is getting a lot of damage inside that Cataclysm. Victor's trying to turn it, but oh, here it comes.
Oh, here's the Aurora.
Aurora. Now, will Prey be able to survive? Prey does get out.
Oh,
Oh, Ezreal gets stunned up, though.
Oh.
Now this fight's turned on its head. Can Prey steal the Drake? He will not. Caitlyn will get it. So that's going to put them on Soul Point. Beautiful Cataclysm into a beautiful Victor R is what turned that fight, CLT.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Jello tried to Arcane Flash ahead to pick off Salt here, but unfortunately flashed or shifted straight into the gravity field, so Salt ended up queuing him right in the face.
Yeah, and that was...
But still, that's a, what was that, a 3 for 3?
Yeah, it was a 3 for 3, but the biggest thing is now they're on Soul Point, and Ezreal has no flash once again. I think Jello here, back-to-back fights, making 2 crucial mistakes with his E. He's been really, really, really well positioned up to this point. So we'll see what happens, as we all know Arcane Shifts can be the bane of the existence of many, many AD carry players.
Or all of my solo queue ADCs, yeah.
I'm not going to bring up a guy. Just know that he might have shifted into a Starnet. That's all. And that led to an Impale.
You got the clip?
Oh, it happened in the pro scene.
Oh! Okay, that one clicked, finally.
Yeah.
It's funny how it all turns around. He just became the AD carry again for that same team. And Skarner is back in the meta.
Oh no, it's gonna happen again.
Jeez. It smacked me in the back of my head when I finally realized what you were talking about, and then as a big Legacy C9 fan, I'm like, oh.
Astro alts just find a way to tag people constantly.
Yeah. Oh, we got a Sir Reginald sighting in the chat.
Welcome.
Also known as Quenchiness. Anybody remembers him from a few years ago? Played in the league.
Your camp is up, sir. You just whiffed that bandage.
Yeah, you did.
Just gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Just gonna let you know.
It's okay. I won't clip that.
No, that's not that funny. It's just we all do that where we just throw something and just like whiff it on camps because we're just like kind of autopiloting sometimes. If he watches his back, he's gonna laugh at himself though, because he obviously thinks the camp is down right now. Oh, another Bandit Toss gonna find Marcuti, gonna be CC'd up. There's nowhere for Marcuti to run, and this Pike will be taken down.
On that note, for missing jungle camps, how many times have you EQ'd and missed the flag as Jarvan?
A good amount of times. Like,
okay.
If the wall's too fat, you can easily mess it up. And then you're caught looking like a dum-dum.
Yeah. When I get autofield jungle, I play Jarvan. I admit it happens way too many times.
Oh, here's a face check. Do they CC layer incorrectly? That is the question. Really nice Ezreal. Gonna tag him again! Oh my goodness, but do they have the damage? Darkhound's gonna block for his support. Here's Haku. Oh, he's gonna get spotted out. Another beautiful Q on a Darkhound. Can he kite away? That's the question. Marcuti has arrived. Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
The Aurora damage. Haku is just deleted off the map. Now there's no jungler. There's no top laner. That should be the Baron. Can these three maybe mount a contest? Can they do something here? That's the real question. It's already at 8K. And you see just the zoning from Prey just walking at them. And that's just going to be the Baron. All of a sudden, this game, just like game 1, there is a cold lead for PB&J. But it's only 1K, but it's still...
1K plus Baron.
Now it's 2K actually. But yeah, it's not a huge gold lead, but it is flipped. And with Drake spawning, they should have a very good chance to contest this if they so choose.
Yeah. Yeah, they ended up pushing out this top lane. Dibby has to respond to another heading to get set up for this dragon here. So this is going to be a big, big dragon fight. A potential end angle off this dragon fight too. PB&J's got 5 grubs, so you know, it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, one bad fight, kind of like last game, could just be an end. This team is
Yeah.
not afraid to just walk it down. We've seen it already once, like you said. So.
Team's just not afraid to like stand their ground in the face of like sad jellyfishes and engages. It's been very impressive to watch. So Reginald, this is game 2. PB&J took game 1. They're on blue side.
Darkhound will not let you exist in this game. The one nice thing for the Pike now, he does have the Edge of Night, so Darkhound can't just simply Q onto his face and then he instantly pops. But the moment that is down, nothing changes. Meanwhile, here's a beautiful engage. Gonna dodge the ulti, but that means Victor just cannot respond to anything going on mid lane.
Lane is slow. These two mid laners aren't done with each other.
Prey also wants to fight. He's saying, you cannot reset. I'm going to let my team push mid. They believe that their 3v3 is stronger. They want to keep these side laners here. And Victor's going to get off a really late reset. He's actually running away. He's looking around, trying to find them. They're both trying to find each other. And they're both going to reset
here, anybody?
Safely.
Yep, both mid laners get out.
Biggest thing, I think Salt was actually flashed in that fight though, so there's no flash on the Victor.
Yeah.
But I did say around the 34 mark, right? We were talking about that. So this Baron push is very important. They want to acquire as much gold as they can. So far, that's panning out.
Oh, the Void Grub tanked the Pike Hook.
You'd love to see it.
Oh, Mark Cutie probably face palm. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, we're still a little ways from like their 4th item, but I think if they're able to both get their 4th item on these Victor and Caitlyn, it's going to become very scary for them. The real question is, can they survive a Mumu burst? Because that's been seeming to be the biggest issue here.
I'm so annoyed that that's a thing.
What is?
A Mumu burst.
Well, he went Conqueror. I don't think we noted that. I'm not sure if we did, but
yeah.
Like, you are a little squishy early on, but Conqueror is not bad. It might not fit like my personal playstyle. I think I've talked about this before. I know Rusty says no Conqueror, but I do think Conqueror is actually strong, and this is kind of showing why. Because Darkhound is basically carrying this game right now. He's been popping off all game with beautiful engages, lots of damage.
Yeah, it feels like Conquer fits his playstyle quite a bit.
Look here he is. He's in the chat. I can't fucking do it.
Oh, that's Rusty?
Yeah. We can agree to disagree, my friend, but I think
we'll get Darkhound on the jungle episode of the podcast and let you guys hash it out.
Yes, we'll do it. Well, speaking of hashing it out, Dippy is trying to find an engage, but unfortunately, looks like that's just going to be an engage on a Dippy. Exhaust's going to come down, and they're just slowly picking him down, but he should be able to live. But now they're going to
turn on the Haku.
Yes, they're going to find Haku. Oh, and Shanti is being taken very low. Nice Cataclysm, but is it going to matter? Beautiful extra ulti. Oh, but he shifted! That's huge. Oh, but a huge movement. Oh, but again. Beautifully done by Darkhound. Shanti is forced to barrier. Now he's being kited out. The Piker is going to come out. Will that be enough? That's a double kill onto the Aurora, but Mark Cutie is fishing.
TP back.
From Dippy. This looks to be the play. Oh, triple kill for Mark Cutie. Mark Cutie's trying to turn the fight. He's going to go down now. All that's left is Dippy. Mark Cutie saving this game right now.
Wow, four for 3 there.
Listen, that is the 3rd arcane shift forward that almost like cost everything. Like that fight was so close. Like, this guy is very trigger happy with his E. I like the aggression, don't get me wrong, but you're certainly putting yourself in a bad situation now twice. And imagine how the fight could have been if he just was a little more patient with his team there. But here it is. We're going to have another fight for this soul. But you see how that fight was going a little, it wasn't as good as it was earlier. Darkhound didn't one-shot Shanti. Shanti survived. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about here is the game progresses. The Mumu's going to kind of fall off a little bit. He's just going to walk in, though, not care at all. And he's going to fight
Dippy's zoning out the back line, though.
Is doing tons of damage. They're turning to help, though. Beautiful Ezra arc. There's going to be a 1-for-1, though. Top laner for 80 carry, so this is pretty big. They're going to be very careful.
Here comes
Marquinhos
Aurora.
get caught out, but I don't think that's a very good between two worlds. And unfortunately, all of a sudden now, this fight looks kind of scary. No Mumu ult. Cataclysm is still up. Prey does have the all outs. I just don't know if that's enough. Can Darkhound steal this? Because this is what they
Aurora
want.
TPing back. Aurora is going to
TP. Yeah, Shanti's going to drop a trap. This could be a mistake. So much damage from that poke.
They have no jungler here, so Haku can look to steal.
Oh, nice! Secured by the Mumu.
I'm sorry.
Yes, they did.
My apologies.
The fight's going in their favor, though. Shanti's going to be caught out. He's going to be picked up by the Aurora. Darkhound, does he have another bandage toss? He does it. Marcuti's going to ult there and get himself a nice kill once again. These fights are super back and forth. You see Marcuti, he's hunting. He's looking. There's a lot of low health targets. If he can land just a little damage, he's going to go in for this. John is very nice. Going to keep him alive. Beautiful charm coming out from this Rakan. They're going to be able to pick off this Pike.
What an insane Zanya is there by Kipo.
Yes.
Because it ended up stopping Marcuti from landing the ult and stunning everybody.
Yes. And the big thing here as well, going back to that Drake, since it was secured by the Amumu, we are now sitting at 3 Drakes to 3 Drakes with a 3K gold lead for Peanut Butter and Jelly. But I am just not sure how much longer their comp can stand. It's still working, but you're seeing it slowly get closer in these team fights, closer and closer and closer. So we're going to have to see. I'd like to note, though, Haku has picked up a locket at some point. I don't know when, but that's pretty big. It helps a lot with the movement damage and the Aurora damage coming out here. But again, like, I don't really think anyone on the side of Jellyfish is very tanky. They're all pretty squishy here. So anybody they kind of like look to engage on pretty much just pops. I'm gonna take a peek at the goal. I haven't looked at it. 80 carry gold is like almost the same. I wanted to see what gold we have in the pocket. We have 1,300 gold for Shanti, so Shanti should be coming back with 4th item, I think, on reset here.
Yeah, it looks like BT.
Yeah, so that's pretty big. The Caitlyn here is pretty much almost as strong as the Caitlyn's gonna be. Almost. Right. I mean, there's still one more item, but she's gonna hit like a truck. Victor also sitting on 5 items, so that's why I'm talking about it. We're at that point now, I think, in the game where Peanut Butter Jelly's comp is in an interesting spot. They can certainly still win, but it's not as easy as it once was.
Yeah, agreed. Though Victor's still far away from his death cap here, so that's still like the last big spike.
He does have his Banshees though, and so there's like. It's harder to engage onto him. It's harder to find opportunities to do this in Mumu.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think Amumu really cares about the those type of spell shields because the Q still takes him there, if I remember correctly. So yeah. This might be the first time we've seen like Dippy really try to pressure the split push here.
This is the first time I've really seen Dippy's Camille being challenged like this. Just really good play out of Prey in this game. Of course, he's not really going to be able to solo kill the Camille, but it's not about that. I think I was gonna note about the spell shield thing we were talking about. You still care about it just because now you can't just simply walk up and click R, right? He's been doing that a lot in some circumstances. But yeah, you can certainly still follow through the spell shield. There is a time, like a slight time where if you're the victor, you can flash away so you're not hit by the Crystal Sand Mommy though during the banish toss. So there's like, it's still, you still care about it, but it's definitely not like as impactful. But it certainly still matters. Meanwhile, look at them. They're hunting Dippy right now. Dippy will spot him out. Oh, banish toss does miss. That's pretty massive.
Yeah, but here comes the rest of the sad jellyfish comp.
Second banish toss will land. Here come the TPs. Is this just a bit
This
of a
could be
bait?
the fight for the game here.
This could be. Ooh, it's close, and Ezreal's not there, so it's pretty massive. Yeah, it's gonna be this whole fight. If they were able to catch on a Dippy, I would have been a little concerned. But Dippy ends up okay. Are gonna be able to walk in. They should be able to contest. Play is kind of far away from the team. The trap line isn't laid. The Momo's getting it low. They are gonna secure a soul. That's pretty big. They're gonna continue to chase. They're gonna turn onto Haku. What can Darkhan find? Oh, just finishing. The banish toss was very close. All right, now Soul has been secured. That is really massive. They were not able to get in and contest it. But there's no flash on this Victor, but there's also no flash on this Amumu, so the engages won't be as big. See Marcutie, he's just kind of hovering. They weren't able to get the spell shield off there, so that's pretty big. Keeping Marcutie safe.
Ghost Shield's back up on Victor now.
And I can sense from PB&J's movements, they're kind of sensing that this game is not out of their reach, but it's going to be very hard. And you can see.
Yeah, they're not finding the picks on Pyke like they were in the mid game. I think they got like 2 really clutch picks on Marcutie there.
And we've now broke the 43-minute mark in this game, so it's a very long game. We did have a long game earlier today as well. I think Scorch's game 1 win was like around 40 something. Yeah, so these games are taking some time. And it's going to be a pretty late Elder spawn. We're looking at roughly 47.5 minutes. So that's a pretty late Elder in a game. And that has a lot to do with how long it took for us to get a soul. We got Darkhound actually split pushing. This is not good. They're gonna try to look. Oh, they're gonna be able to flash in on Kippo. They're gonna be able to get all of a sudden. Oh, let's see. That's a shutdown. It's 1,000 gold, but a huge curse from the Sand Mommy. And they're gonna turn it. Ezreal's gonna come down. Beautiful Cataclysm into a Charm. Oh, that's in the ulti. Ezreal's not in this fight. It's going the wrong way right now. Ezreal finally gets it, but do they have a turn? Can Darkhound live? It doesn't look like it. They're trying. They're doing whatever they can, but this fight has gotten so bad. The flash away. They're being punished, and sad Jellyfish with the ace.
Wow, what an insane engage there by Marcutie. I mean, with the Cloud Soul and the Ghost Blade, he was faster than the PB&J members, even charging up the Pyke Q. So you got a melee in your face Pyke Q on this Aurora.
Well, the big thing was Darkhound. I mean, you're stepping up there and kind of clearing that way by himself, more or less, was pretty crucial as well.
I found it interesting that Aurora at one point had the stopwatch and used it, but then did not complete Zonya's. Just went on to what I think was Crit Bloom or Death Cap.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Could cost them. We're gonna see though. I mean, at this point, it's the Baron up sad Jellyfish. They're very strong, very hard to kill. They're scaled up. We talked about this in everything, and it's looking like that's the way it's going. It looks like this is primed to be a sad Jellyfish win, and us going to game 3.
See the Ezreal 6 item here. He has his Zonya's, so I actually think that's pretty smart. Marcutie is up. Okay, hi, bye. What?
Oh, they're engaging on a Darkhound. Beautiful. Beautiful play into a Cataclysm. Darkhound's going to go in. Get up on a nice curse to Samami, but there's no one here to contest. Haku is in a bit of a rough spot, but he's able to just walk away.
Holy
Pike's
cow.
going to get a double kill now. This game is looking like it might just be over. They're turning on a Prey. Prey cannot get out. Between Two Worlds is going to come out, but it's not going to matter. Dippy's just going to flash away. He's going to turn on a Jello. Marcuti's in. The ulti will not land, but it will not matter because at the end of the day, this game is over, and we are going to go to a game 3 between Sad Jellyfish and PB&J. What's that going to put us at? 46 and a half minute game 2 between these two teams.
What an explosive ending.
So
far, come back.
Yes, so far it's just been insane. It's been one heck of a series, and I think the biggest mistake here from the side of PB&J was just not finding a way to end this game quicker. Made some oversteps, made some mistakes, and then they put themselves in a situation where they were getting outscaled, and that's simply why they lost.
Oh. Yeah, I managed to click on it at one point. With Cloud Soul and the Q charge animation for Pyke, he was still moving at over 500 movement speed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was NASCARing around those last couple team fights.
What a banger game that was.
Mm-hmm. Now we'll see what PB&J wants to do in response here in the draft.
Lobby is full, guys. I don't know if you're...
Yep. Yeah, I just got in. There you go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to say I've been insanely correct on these two drafts and how it would kind of go and what would be like the game changers. I want to see if I can make it 3 for 3. That's my goal. That's my goal. Can I do it, CLT?
I think you can.
I think I can. Okay. Yeah, it was a really nice comeback win. Okay, so what are the big changes we want to see from Peanut Butter Jelly? I think you need to get them off comfort. Like, I don't think you should be leaving Salt on Victor for a third game. I'm going to be honest with you. Especially if you want Aurora. I think you just need to put this Aurora in a better spot. She's been behind both games. You've not won an early game yet, and part of that is that. I think maybe a Caitlyn ban as well. I would consider. Camille maybe 2, but I would hold if I were them. I'd probably hold that for second rotation of bans. But yeah, I want to see a different draft from Peanut Butter and Jelly, and I'm really surprised they're going blue side again. Actually, interesting to me.
Yeah, I agree with getting rid of the Victor, getting rid of possibly the Camille and the Caitlyn, but I want to see Jello like back on Corki or back on a little more like a little more mobile pick. Like the Corki I thought was really, really well. I mean, Ezreal is kind of mobile, but you can see like he started to lack the damage there in the late game.
Exactly what we talked about. And the thing was too, like the shifts, the arcane shifts were really, really part of I think why they lost. And I hate being that guy sometimes, but you arcane shifted like 3 or 4 different situations where you end up either dying or you end up getting super low and the fight is just lost off of just a misstep like that. When they had a lead, they had an advantage, or even if they didn't have a lead, other members on the team were strong. It definitely cost them. So if you want to go back to the Ezreal, I'd be okay with it because I do think he played it pretty well other than those instances, but he needs to settle down. The aggression, I think, would be the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
But we are just seeing the same bans. I have no idea if Sad Jellyfish actually plays Ambessa, to be honest with you. I think there are some games on Dippy, but I just do not like this band. I do not like this. Like, I don't know about... Maybe you can ban Ambessa still, but I don't think you have to ban Wukong.
I don't think on blue side you have to ban Mbessa because you're in a position to first pick it.
Yeah, I mean, assuming you
Like
play
if
it.
you think that's assuming it's like you play it to the degree where it's that powerful.
I've talked about this at Elysium, especially when you lose. Going with the same bands just tells me uh you're 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 either just salty running
Oh,
it back, or you just um aren't focused on it, because this is just... It's like a crime to me. I'm sorry. I really think it's a crime.
so different bans from Sad Jellyfish. Okay, they dropped the Z ban for Aurora here. Let's see if PB and J kind of take the bait here, because I feel like picking Z early is kind of inty.
Okay,
Uh,
Seraphine, that can be flexed. I
mm-hmm.
think the only problem with the
Triple.
Seraphine here, yeah, technically triple. The only problem with Seraphine I see, if it ends up being a support pick, is that Marcuti is going to just do what he wants in the video game. Um, the last two games, Rakan has been able to match the pace, which was nice. Seraphine can't do that as safely and as well. So we'll see. It's a three-way flex though. They have options.
Yep.
This is Ziggs though. I think it's probably going to be Shanti's Ziggs. We've seen it. I think no, we haven't seen it this split, but it is something we've seen before. Um, so we'll see. Back onto the Jarvan. So far the Jarvan hasn't seemed crazy, but I do like the Jarvan with the Ziggs, and it is into a very mobile champion in Seraphine, so it's
Yeah.
overall a really really good pick here. It's so funny that the Jarvan's finding value in game 3 more than game 1 and game 2 so far.
See what the responses for PB and J. Now they've been put on the back foot in the series
If
here.
they've done their homework, I would think they would ban still Victor here. By the way, when they come to these bans, um,
Yeah. Well,
we'll find out if they have. I just don't think you give this guy Victor again.
I mean, he could fuck Ziggs mid as well.
You could,
Still a scary mid pick.
but don't give him Victor. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he kind of turned into Arcane Victor there at the end. All right. So Gotland's been laid down. Left his Z open.
All right, we're about to see a Zed. Haven't seen a Zed in a while. Just kind
I
of
haven't seen his
curious.
Z in 5 years.
Kind of
He's my
curious where
permaban.
it's gonna go. And
You
we're
think
gonna...
it's potentially Z jungle?
No way. Unless that's what they're banning for.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, I'm the only guy around here playing the jungle, so I don't know if they do that. It'd be crazy. For who's 1-0? Well, it's 1-1. I will
Big
figure
B.
something out in the future, Big B. But it's 1-1 right now. Series tied.
I do like this Gwen ban if it goes through, realizing that, both their solo laners are bringing mainly physical damage, so an AP jungler would be nice.
Okay, the Braum again.
Do you get rid of the Pike here?
I don't know about the Pike, maybe, but like... I'm really feeling bothered by these drafts right now, CLT. I'm trying to hold myself back in the banning section of these drafts.
Well, what do you want to see here in these last two bans? I would probably agree that if it's not Ziggs mid, it needs to be Victor.
Well, I think Camille should be priority ban here.
Yeah.
I don't really care if he struggled a bit. He also found really nice plays too. And I'm just not seeing the
So did you read the lobby here?
They're saying the ban is Vlad. But you guys have also banned Braum every time, so I feel like it is just a...
Oh, it looks like they just honored it.
Okay, they're just thinking about Vlad and Braum. Okay. I was going to say, I'm not trying to call anybody out there, but I'd be like, you guys have banned Braum every game, so...
This original kind of hit that, though. No need for a Camille ban with Nar showing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot the Nar. My bad,
Yeah,
my bad.
it's late. It's late.
I did forget that they picked Nar. I apologize. Still, it just throws me when I see, like, basically 4 of the same bands every game. It really feels icky to me.
I'm not gonna lie. The Z position's looking slightly better and better. I mean, you dive in, you get CC by Rakan, yes, but
Now
there's not much follow
that
up.
is a freaking fantastic pick right here.
I agree. Yeah.
Your draft went up 1,000,000 tenfold as far as your picks, though. I will say that. I think your picks have been mostly good. I just don't like the. I just can't love the bans. But yeah, Poppy there is fantastic. You're into Rakan, Nar, Jarvan, and Ziggs. All of them have some sort of dash.
Oh, Karthus bot?
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna take a guess on what I think this draft is.
Or Karthus jungle?
I think it's Karthus jungle, Poppy support, Seraphine bot.
Okay. Okay.
Especially because consider this: wouldn't you want your AP here to be pretty strong? If you send the Poppy jungle, she's gonna get more gold than, like, let's say, Seraphine support. But if you have Seraphine as your bot, then that means she's going to be getting more gold, which means she gets stronger. And then your other AP in the jungle being Karthus. That's how I'm looking at it right now. Let's see if I'm right though.
I agree, but here's my kind of devil's advocate point of view from this is Poppy support doesn't get an insane amount of gold, and I feel like you still want an additional, like, frontliner with some gold. So, like, I feel like Poppy jungle Karthus bot with Seraphine support.
Sure, but who's killing Poppy right now?
Huh?
Who's killing Poppy? Like who's just
Pop-
walking up to Poppy and killing her, regardless of support? That's my point.
I think they have enough damage to kill Poppy support.
It's not about the damage. How do they get on top of the Poppy? Poppy can literally stop all 5 champions from playing the game. And if you're focusing Poppy every fight, I also think you're probably trolling.
Well, if you're focusing Poppy support, you're blowing her up.
Sure, if you can get in on her. But, like,
I think you can.
J4 and Rakan trying to, like, get on top of a Poppy while Poppy's just clicking free W and you just can't touch her. Like, it's
I get that in a perfect world, but I'm saying, like, there's so much overabundance on dashes that's actually going to be counterintuitive to, like, you're not going to break Poppy's E, but you're going to force her to use it and create the windows. Like, Poppy's E is going to be on perma cooldown because every dash she sees is going to be so threatening that she just has to use it.
Yeah, you mean W, by the way.
Sorry, W. My apologies. It's late, bro.
I know. I have to help you. It's all. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but, like, again, usually when you're playing Rakan J4, are you really gonna hold your like? Is J4 gonna say, "I'm gonna EQ first, you then W," or vice versa?
No, I think Rakan probably gets her to burn W first. Or Jarvan just ults in and then EQs after that.
If he can walk up her an altar, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Like, if that's the case, but I just don't see it. Like, Poppy is not. Poppy's threat is just don't get charmed or free Ziggs Qs to face and get low. That's Poppy's threat right now. And if it's in jungle, then sure she can get tanky and then it's different. But, like, I don't think the Poppy is at risk.
I think it'd be interesting to play out. Like, if they play around the Poppy W, they can definitely force her to burn it and create windows. But on the other side, yeah, Poppy W has value if they don't blow her up at first.
Yeah, you can mind game it, Sir Reginald. You can definitely mind game it, but if I'm playing Poppy here, you're not mind gaming it because it's just I'm waiting for your Q on J4. I don't care about your flag. Your flag's irrelevant to me. So I'm waiting on your Q every time. All I see is a flag. Who cares? And that goes for.
They did it again.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that goes for the other champions too. He is tapped out.
It is late.
It is late. Okay, well, I'll be right back.
The Medadas do not forgive or forget. Who questions my ability?
I'd rather be home anyway.
Alright, hopefully we don't mess up any of these bands.
No, if he did twice in a row, then that would be so funny. Oh, he definitely called this one. Karthus Jungle here.
You know it. All day, every day.
Why not? My sisters don't bite.
Think carefully, my friend.
So in this game, I feel like the big thing we're looking for is
I'm absolutely.
Are they not in order? Because that's 6 mid, Ari bot.
they might not be. We'll see.
Interesting.
Nonetheless,
So I think like Zed's perfectly okay with the Ziggs matchup.
I'd argue actually Ziggs is harder.
For Zed?
Yeah, he can play further off the wave. Zed can't trade as much into Ziggs. He can trade more into Ari. So Zed into Ari is skill matchup, but if you're a Zed, you'd prefer that matchup 100% because the way Ziggs plays, it's just it's kind of like Lux, in terms of like the range, and he doesn't really have to ever step up to give you opportunities to trade. Now, if the Ziggs position's bad, then sure, whatever. But like a good Ziggs player won't position bad, and you'll just be annoyed, and you can't really outshove the Ziggs unless you're burning W on wave, which you don't want to do, obviously, because you want to have W for either trading or if you want to roam. So you're kind of just screwed in a Ziggs matchup most of the time, and just wait for jungle ganks. At 6, you can have some kill threat, sure, but again, it's like you have to really like lend your shit to even.
I actually think you could probably brute force kill Thread just because Zed doesn't have to kill him. Karthus can with R. Like every time Karthus R is up, you just turret dive him.
You could definitely see it like that, but again, you have to shove wave still to turret dive him. Into Ari, since she's like her Q and E are similar range to like the Shadow. You can just outplay her around the EQ a lot of times and get good trades off that way. And then once you get her low enough, you can just burst her out and kill her. I know people say, well, she has 3 dashes at 6, but that also doesn't matter to the Zed. Usually you're burning 1 dash to get on her. Once you're on her, then you're either flashing or you're W. It's depending on the situation. You're either flashing or you're using W to continue to chase, and it's fine. Ziggs, you might have to blow your whole kit to kill that guy every time, no matter what, and it's pretty obnoxious.
She doesn't really have better early clear than Ziggs.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty similar in that aspect, but that's most mages, right? Like, you don't start killing backlane minions till what, like level 7 or 8 or something like that? I forget.
You tell me with like one button?
Like Q to kill the backline minions. Yeah.
Ziggs just puts 2 points in Q, and he can 2Q the whole wave.
2Q the
after
wave.
an auto.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I think that's quicker than Ari, regardless. And
Ari 2Qs the whole wave as well, but like you said, it's a little more. Yeah. Well, no. No, she has to auto the melees as well.
Yeah, if you have decent buy, but I don't think again in that matchup, Zed's not gonna let you get a decent buy. Like Ziggs can kind of get the buy he wants. Ari can't. Like Ari beats Zed until level 3 for pretty much free. I mean, unless you land your Qs as Zed. Like if you're landing your Qs, it's good. But you're going Doran Shield in the Ari matchup as well, so she's not going to be able to really do anything to you.
Yeah, no mage can really outdo Doran Shield, especially backed up with second wind.
Yeah. If you're playing it correctly. And against Ziggs, you can also you can do Doran Shield, but you're not really killing him anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
So, it's no flash Zed, TP Ignite.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what a good Zed player would do in mid lane, so it's very strong.
It's also Shanti on Ziggs, so yeah, there's probably Ziggs bot or mid. Yeah. I'm at 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
I'm at 5, 6, 7.
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Seems like that first load up is the only one that gives us trouble.
Yeah, every time. Let's get these mid laner and but yeah, so that's just kind of my take on that whole matchup. But with all that being said, we have a stack. And that's huge. And Marquini is walking in. Gonna get a nice 4-man knockup, but he's just gonna go down for it. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 as Cassante is also going to be traded.
Both mid laners get a kill off that, though.
I would
argue gets first blood. No, Zed got first blood.
I'd argue that's no matter, even if it was just even 1-for-1, I still think it's better on Zed here. He's gonna love that early.
Yeah, that's a long sword.
It's massive. Wow, what an early start. But yeah, so the scaling is definitely on the side, in my opinion, of
Minions have spawned.
peanut butter jelly here. Just Karthus Seraphine is disgusting. Scaling.
Yeah, I agree. And Zed brought Gathering Storm as well, so he has no issues with this game going late.
He thinks it's gonna be another 40-minute banger.
I mean, yeah. He brought Nullifying Orb too. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not against the rune choice here, but I think First Strike is not my. I would probably still go Electrocute here. For more kills.
I agree. I agree.
It's gonna get him some gold though, so it's not like the worst. I wonder if PB&J was kind of calling out that they think that they'll run the Ziggs or something, because the Seraphine pick was like 5-headed, so. Because Seraphine and Ziggs is a lot better than like a lot of your standard 80 carries, right?
Yeah.
Aw, beautiful, beautiful play from Chewy, man. Unfortunately, the Ziggs is getting a lot of his poke off.
With Hail of Blades, I don't expect this to be the tankiest of poppies either, so let's see if that comes into play.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did not know she What is happening in this game, bro? What?
Well, after he pins them, he can get like 3 quick autos off.
This is true.
So, oh, nice charm.
Nice charm, and it was a pretty even trade overall. But like, see what I was kind of bringing up? Like, she has the range right there. That's what I was kind of trying to explain. Ziggs doesn't have to be in that range there at all to make a plan, as you said.
Thought this was Flash is crazy. Yeah, I can see that. Though it is Jarvan Ziggs, so I mean,
I'm okay with Karthus having Flash.
I think that's the less egregious.
Yeah, if you went some other weird shit, maybe, but I think Flash is fine.
Yeah, but like I get the other side of it of just like, if you get ulted by Jarvan, you're getting dove on, you're just dead anyway. Like, what are you flashing away from?
So here's the thing, though. You can look at it that way, but I look at this as competitive, not solo queue. In solo queue, you really don't give a crap. You just want to fight until you lose. That's why you take exhaust. You might sometimes if you're like really crazy, but you just take exhaust and you go and fight and queue their face.
Yeah, but if you also give a shit about dying, don't play Karthus.
I don't agree with that.
I'm not saying it's like straight up
Sion. There are good Karthus, that's for sure. Just kind of same thing with Sion, right? But you should respect the game. You don't want to int-tier. Like, you don't want to die 6 times on Karthus, you know?
I get that.
Yeah, Jarvan just invades you and walks in your face and beats your butt. Like, that's not good. So I like the Flash. Plus, you also got to consider Rakan moving with the J4 as well. But yeah, I would say, like, if you're a Jellyfish comp, you're looking around probably 30 to 35 minutes and making sure that you can either win the game or at least have a lead that's meaningful at that point. If this game extends to that point. But if this game goes 40 minutes like last game, it's going to be the same thing where you're kind of just like, alright, Jellyfish comp's falling off, just like PBJ's did. Oh, they're setting up a dive here on the Jello, and he has no idea. He is not safe. Now, the minions do fall off in time, but Poppy is making a roam, so Jello isn't very safe. I mean, Grubs still haven't spawned yet, so kind of early on that roam from Chewy here.
Yeah. Yeah, Grubs just now came up, and Poppy's still walking down bot lane here.
Yeah,
but it looks like the junglers are trading Grubs for Dragon.
Yeah, it's another trade like last game. Yeah, but it was definitely scary. I mean, like the Seraphine was, if there was a little more minions there, that dive goes off for sure. Dippy's about to gnar out. I don't know if they really want that. Maybe just messing with him because he knows he has to reset here. It's a possibility.
Trying to get a cheap Dark Harvest deck. I like this Ocean Drake for the side of that Jellyfish.
Yeah, it's pretty nice with all the poke damage.
Yeah, Zed kind of plays as a little bit of a poke in lane, so Ocean hoping to Ahri stay a little bit healthier.
Yeah,
limits
and you see J4 walking in. So now we're talking about the Flash. Oh, and he ends up missing it. Again, imagine if he doesn't have Flash there. I think he can get out too. He does. So that's pretty big. The question is, can Prey kill him? I don't think he can. So he just kind of walks away. Oh, Kempo gets charmed. That's pretty big. Forces the ulti out of Salt, though, and there's really nothing else Salt can do. Salt has to be
Salt
careful
for-
here.
He's low on mana.
Ooh. Zed had potential.
I thought Zed was going to pull the trigger there, too. I think he was so worried about where Gnar was.
Yeah, and he knew that Salt still had flash. Yeah, so that's a win there for the side jellyfish. Oh, now Zed's just gonna end up executing the turret. That's really unfortunate.
That's actually super well played.
Nice roam by Marcuti though. He's gonna hold the wave as well. So he's gonna get all that CS.
That's solo kill experience. Going over to Marquiti too.
Yep. So early on in this game, even though there's actually a slight gold lead for the side of Peanut Butter Jelly, which we haven't really seen in these early games.
Yeah.
Levels.
Might be their first gold lead pre 40 minutes.
No, well, pre a team fight near Baron. But yeah, I think this benefits still pretty well to side jellyfish the early game the way it's going right now. Oh, it's really hard for Prey to play the game. Really nice dash though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just getting kited down. How much he can do. So alt for alt burned. It's a bit of a fail on the W. I think he wants to throw that on top of Ari there. Didn't get it. Oh, they're going to put the ulti down. There is no flash though, and here comes Marcuti, and this might end up being a kill onto the Zed here. Zed surviving with the exhaustion to come down. It will not be enough. Ends up living just barely. Oh, J4's in, but he should die for this. A whiff from Jello on the ulti. But now
McCready might fall. Nope.
Chewy's gonna die. That's gonna be a kill from the Ziggs. Dippy goes pretty low himself, but everybody ends up living. Oh, here's an engage from Salt. Salt now has 4 kills. Absolutely massive. So far, this Zed not paying dividends. And that slight XP advantage off that death on the turret really paid dividends as well for the Khan.
Yeah, he ends up having level 6 for that fight.
They really want to try to force these grubs out, but I just don't think they can contest. Oh, the EQ misses!
Oh.
But now W is down, so that is pretty big. Poppy having that. They really want to contest, but Poppy still is not level 6. Ooh, Zed's gonna get a nice chunk though. They're gonna turn onto these grubs anyways. They don't care about Poppy's 6. They really just want the 4th. Here goes in Marcuti, but Marcuti's gonna get CC'd up, and he's gonna end up going down. Really nice ZR to get some damage off, but Salt is just so fed right now. That's a double kill for Salt. This has potential to be a very, very bad fight. It's going to be a very bad fight. That's a triple kill for Salt. That's a quadra kill for Salt. Just absolutely popping off in this game.
Shanti end up stealing the penta. Feels bad.
This Ari is now 8-0 at 12 minutes.
We were just talking about how great of an early game PB&J were having, and then Salt said, nope, not today.
I wouldn't even call it a great early game, more just like they were playing the early game better than the other 2 games, but now it's just kind of falling apart. And really, like, this Poppy not getting the SP is really what's the biggest thing. Is these roams really cost her. You can sense the urgency from Sad Jellyfish's play right now, though. They really, really want to get this win.
Yeah, I think they feel the urgency of like what could happen if they go down 0-2 in a 5-game regular season here.
Not just that, just this game in general. I think they're aware of the late game insurance that PB&J has. They're trying to put the pedal to the metal here. Really try to punish this early mid game when they're stronger. So Poppy finally did reach 6, but it kind of feels like there's not much to do anymore. So I think if you're the side of PB&J, you just kind of want to play it slow, maybe find little picks. This could be a possible pick here. Nice damage on the Shanti. Karthus is coming down. Shanti does not have flash, so this should maybe end up being a kill if they can get on top. But Saul has arrived. All the TP's coming in. Day came up. He does take the charm for the team. Shanti doing his best to live. Eventually will go down. Will be killed for Seraphine. Really nice W, though. They're going to be able to get Shanti. Saul in a bad spot. That's going to be a kill.
Oh!
I almost said the wrong name.
Kill.
Lol.
The kill goes to Zed. Oh, that's massive.
SS got me mixed up there. But yeah, that was huge. Huge play by the Poppy. I was about to call Salt Shanti. We're all tired, guys. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
This is my 5th game in a row. But yeah, it's really massive. Zed getting that shutdown too. I mean, Ari was already sitting on 2 items, and very, very big play there. And I think that's kind of what you want to do in that situation. You're down, trying to find a pick. They did just look for a single pick, but Ari came down, offered herself up, and beautifully played by Chewy there to E in, cancel the, hopefully it was the 2nd or 3rd alt charge of Ari, but it was massive. Rooted her up on top of an alt, and she had nowhere to go.
That's only a 2,000 gold lead coming out here for Sad Jellyfish, so.
Yeah. I don't.
We kind of seen this. We've seen this before.
Yep. It's definitely not game yet. I think it's far from game. It feels like Sad Jellyfish's game to lose for sure, and specifically Salt. It feels like Salt's game to lose. All the gold is in his pocket, right? He already made one mistake here. He's gonna have to play very good from the rest of the point on to maintain this advantage. But even with Zed not being at 2 items, there's still kill threat on this Ari.
I feel like I want to see like Seekers coming out here soon, like Azanya's. That way Salt protects like his gold a lot more.
It looks like that's what's happening. I mean, I see the cloth armor, so I think that's the right angle. Problem is we're a minute away from this Drake, and I don't really know how they're going to be able to play this out. And that's my biggest concern. They're trying to get a pick to be their angle, but unfortunately that will not be it. Megador down though, so that's pretty huge.
Our first Karthus of the split, isn't it? No, no.
Someone played it
Chang
mid.
played it mid. Yeah.
Yeah. First jungle Karthus though. Looks like they're gonna get this Drake over, so it's a very, very early Drake stacking here. I mean, we're gonna be looking at what,
25
minutes? 22,
yeah.
30 minutes for Soul.
Yeah.
Potential. It's not like the greatest Soul for them, but it's definitely not the worst case scenario. It'll be pretty nice on this Nara and J4.
Yeah.
Not horrible on Rakan.
Dippy opened up about a 40 CS lead up top. It's been consistent from game to game.
Yeah, he's been on top of it. That man will always generate some sort of lead for himself. The 6 assists certainly helped too.
Either team has the quickest Baron in the world.
That's pretty big. So there's no ult on Saul. I know it has malignance, but it'll be down for a little bit here. Maybe they can force a team fight. Pull that up here. Nice W. Will cancel, but unfortunately there's a big engage. Huge Nara into the wall. This team fight's going bad very quickly. Can they do anything to turn it though? Zed has arrived. He's in the backline. There's a lot of damage. That's a double kill for the Zed. But that's a triple kill for the Gnar, who also does fall. So overall ends up being a 3 for 3. Zed kind of flying in, kind of like a superhero there, and keeping this game from getting out of hand there. Because if they're able to kill everybody and get out, they might just turn to do Baron.
Yeah, and Karthus are being down for that fight. Or, I'm sorry, being down for this next fight. They could posture for Baron.
Yeah, but it looks like they want to posture for this mid. Instead, we're going to get a TP from the Seraphine here, just to defend it. Yeah, Karthus art definitely was huge. It allowed the Zed to clean up that fight. I think if Zed doesn't get CC there, he might actually get a triple kill on the back there, instead of just a double. Yeah, now Zed's sitting on 2 items, and there is a Zhonya's on the Ahri, and well, not a Zhonya's, but a Seekers. So hopefully Zed's paying attention to that. But he has no ulti here, so he should just go down. Yeah, he's gonna eventually die. Prey trying to TP top. I don't even think it was worth it, but nonetheless, DP cancels. So DP says, "Get over here." That is TP advantage on these top laners going over to Dippy, so that's pretty big. If they want to force the Baron at any points, Kasante will not be there. Dippy's just face taking. He's going to acquire this turret. Full team is here. Prey's in a really, really bad spot. He should just end up going down here. He will. They're going to turn onto the Zed as well. Very, very nice ulti there by Mercury. Huge Cataclysm, bit of a nice Seraphine ulti, but I don't think it's going to matter. This fight is just going bad so quickly. That's a double kill for this Ahri. And they will pick up at least one more kill back onto the Rakan, but that's a full ace here. And now this gold lead has gone up to 4K. While they require a tier 2 in the bot lane.
Yeah.
Make that almost 5K.
Yeah, same team fight. They knew once Prey was almost down on this Cassante, they just turned on the Zed and snap engaged on him almost instantly. And yeah, Zed couldn't do anything about it. And that's Soul Point at 24 minutes.
Yeah, and so we have an Elder here in 5 minutes, I think, if you, or 6 minutes, I should say, full timer. But if you want to end this game before they can scale, and Baron's not enough, the Elder around the 30-minute mark will be. I don't think this game is unwinnable if you decide to peanut butter and jelly, but I do think it's gotten extremely hard, and that's just going to make it harder. Really nice W there, though, is going to ground them out, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. With a nice Zonies by Salt to keep himself safe. Do get a TP in from the Zed. It's just another TP burned for basically nothing.
Actually, I think, now that I think about it more, this Chemtech Soul is super, super good against Karthus Zed. Just because once you get lower health, you get some damage resistance. Damage reduction, sorry. So that makes the Karthus ult even less threatening. And Zed, the Zed ult pop, less threatening as well.
Now just let the siege begin. You're seeing pings. They're trying to bait this out. Trying to get a pick before. Oh, that's a nice charge. A nice W. Zed just going to be dead here. There's no way he has any chance to live. And he will be just instantly popped after it. That should be a turn here onto the Baron. They have no way to get in. They do acquire some nice gold on the bot side of the map, but don't know how much it's going to matter.
And Salt having himself a fantastic game, 14-1-4.
Yeah, other than that one small mistake there, giving the shutdown over Zed, he's played phenomenal. And this is not the first time he's played well in this Ahri, so I'm not surprised.
The Zed ult does not do true damage. It's original.
The one thing I would like to note, you know, Darkhound was played really well in those first 2 games. In this game, I feel like his champion of choice here just is not able to do enough. He can't really find the plays, and it's kind of costing his team.
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 games, he had the tools to dive the back line and be a menace in these team fights, and you just can't do that on Karthus compared to like a Mumu Udyr. Like I know they wanted an AP jungler since they left the Zed open, and Hippo went for it. But all in all, I think I don't think Karthus is based on their first 2 games just in line to what they needed. You got Seekers now completed on Ziggs. His Zanya's on Ahri. Steric's Gage on Dippy.
Yeah, there's really not any kill threat right now.
Yeah. You know it's something when there's a Karthus on the map and the support didn't build Locket, and they're still feeling okay about it.
Yeah, I think they're just so far ahead, it doesn't really matter. And that's kind of what I talked about. I said if they can get a big enough lead here, it's not going to matter what this comp does. And now they just get the siege. They can do pretty much whatever they want. And we're kind of seeing that now.
Yeah, Zed has no target now.
Nope. And they're just kind of giving things on the map and just hopes to get some gold back for the team. Alright, and here comes the TP from Ari, so we're going to continue this siege. Sante will reset, but he's going to reset to his base in shambles a bit here. And there's still a lot of time left on this Baron, so they should be able to get at least one more turret, I think. Getting hit. Flashing on Assault, but it's
nice.
just not going to matter. It's beautiful. Zanya, they will be able to find some people out, but there's a huge
6-6-0.
Cataclysm. Zalt's going in. He's trying to do what he can, but he's instantly popped. Ari's got a double kill. Doing anything that Ari wants. They're going to turn onto this Cassandra. Salt might finally die. He will, but he gets a triple kill. Worth the trade. Trade his life for your Nexus. It doesn't matter what this Karthus does, because this game is all over.
Very convincing Game 3 win here from Sad Jellyfish. After dropping Game 1 and taking Game 2.
Yeah, and they had their opportunities. PB&J had their chance to come away with what we would consider an upset, but it was not to be. A little styling and profiling, and that's going to be your game. GG, well played to Sad Jellyfish, getting themselves back on the board. We thought there might be a chance, but Sad Jellyfish said no way, Jose. What a series! What a series! Salt had himself a beautiful game. Look at that, it's 26,000 damage. The Karthus actually did a lot still in that game, but
yeah,
yeah, they didn't really have the initiator that game that they needed. So
yeah, it's like every time Sad Jellyfish threw a punch, the first 2 games, they had the tools to like fight back and punch back.
Yeah.
This one felt like they built a comp to concede the punch, and then just kind of like, you know, just sit there and do damage instead of like actually fighting back CC in the back line, pressuring them. So.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. We can do a post game. I'm a little wiped, but I'll do one if they want to do one. Where's let's see, are they in there? Should we just jump in there, CLT, or you want to ask them, or what do you think?
You can go ahead and jump in there. I'm gonna let you have fun with that. I'm gonna get kind of a jump start in the sleep. I gotta be up here soon. So.
Okay, sounds good, man. All right. Thanks, CLT, for coming on, man. Go get some rest.
Yep, will do. Appreciate everybody in chat and the whole series. It was entertaining. So.
Yeah. Hey guys.
This pizza's so good. What's up?
Yo,
you
what's
guys
up, man?
eating pizzas? Okay, that's great.
Yeah, a little victory pizza.
Love victory pizza. Well, speaking of victories, why don't we talk about the games? I am gonna start with the loss though, because I thought that game was very interesting, because you guys had like a lead the whole game, and it was up to like I think 6K at one point. So kind of just break down what happened there in that fight you guys lost over around blue buff. Like what kind of happened from your guys' perspective?
I think it's just a couple positioning errors, but like you said, we had the lead the whole game, and then we had 2 bad back-to-back fights. And what sucks the most is we died in front of Baron, which just gives them such a good snowball. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. We were in control for most of the game.
Yeah, no, it was a really well played game up to that point, 100%. You know, things happen to the best of us, right? But I'll jump into the wins though, because obviously we don't want to be down. I was just curious what your perspective was. So game 2, that was a banger game. I don't know if you guys were sweating. I think if I was you guys, I'd be sweating, and I think if I was them, I'd be sweating. But the pike, Marcuti, you looked really, really great on the pike. But how annoying was it dealing with that Amumu for the first 30 minutes of that game, 25 minutes, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was hard until I got Edge of Night. It's like a little tough, a little awkward because we didn't have a true front line, so there was no one who could really walk in first, which means that I have to kind of int the fights in order for them to start off. But on the backside, it works out for everyone else because Amumu ends up queuing me and then ulting me. Like, you blow the entire Amumu combo on support pike. It's not the worst.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I think you were playing well on it. I think I like it into Rakan as well. But it was just when I saw that at Mumu, because I've played the Mumu and a pike a million times too. It's just like I knew you were gonna have a hard time for a while, depending on your build. And you were smart and was like, nah, give me this Edge of Night. I'm done with this guy.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. It's annoying that he has so much CC, especially early. But yeah, that was a really good one. Honestly, like, if Aurora didn't overextend top lane and we weren't able to get the pick on her, it probably would have looked a lot different. But because they made that mistake and we got the Baron, it really flipped the game state.
Yeah, absolutely. That was huge. And you guys also had a gold lead majority of that game as well, even with you getting killed. It was fun. It was pretty funny. It was like, this game is still instead Jellyfish's favor. But eventually they found a fight at one of the Barons and then got Baron. And then that's when it finally kind of turned in their favor. But they were on a timer. And I kind of said that. I was like, they're on a timer. Your guys' comp to me scales better. Caitlyn, Victor, 4 items, around 32 minutes. And that's literally what happened. You hit 32 minutes and you guys just started to slowly but surely win fights. Why were we so zoned in on J4 tonight? I was curious about that too. Because you ended up picking J4 and the first 2 games you had a lot of dashes. So your whole thing of what you want to do was kind of taken out of your hands. So what was the idea there?
To be honest, my biggest liability as a jungler is like my champ pool. I don't have many champs that are like really great first pick, or like just blind pick, I guess, into an enemy team. But if it's forcing them to play stuff that's like kiting, like for example, the Ezreal, like it makes it a lot easier for the fact that we don't have a real front line, like because now suddenly, like I can just build a little bit tankier and it's fine. But the reality is, it's just me having a liability as a player, with champ pool issues.
Well, I respect the honest answer. I think you have a pretty decent champ pool, by the way. So cut yourself a little slack. No one can have a dippy pool, okay? Not everybody's like that. So definitely cut yourself some slack there.
Big smile on my face.
The Ezreal was actually shocking to me because me and CNC were talking, just pick Corki, just pick Corki. If they pick Corki there, I think the scaling doesn't like flip, but it's a little better for them, you know?
It's like way better, yeah.
I
don't know why they would lock Ezreal. Corki looked way better.
And the thing was, the Ezreal, he was playing it well, except for arcane shifting like crazy into you guys like 4 different times. If you take that away out of the game, like the Ezreal was actually clean, like multiple really nice shoot shots, barrages and stuff like that. But I don't know. From my perspective, I was like, why? Why are we doing this?
I think, to be fair, that's him being just a little bit arrogant off the fact that they won game 1. I think his perspective is maybe just like he wanted to be able to itemize like safer, because like even in game 1 he was doing more damage for sure, but we were still we were like 1 missed team fight from me Jarvan ulting early from just ending the game, right? So
yeah,
even if he's on the Corki, I think it's a similar enough draft to game 1 that now with the added threat of a Camille, I think he was just scared for his life. Because like sure, we're talking about him arcane shifting forward, but if you put him on Corki, he was Wing forward the previous game, right? Like I think he just wanted to play for most damage, and he should have played his life.
Yeah, makes sense. I know there was a fight in game 2 actually, specifically where he had a really nice positioning at I think like Drake 2 or 3, where he like arcane shift flashed away from Dippy, and then Cassante came in and said, "Get over here," and sent you to the Shadow Realm. That was like one of his best like just positioning fights, and I was like, oh, poor Dippy, he's gone. See, I'll cover game 3 a little bit here because this is Salt's game, man. So you feeling good about that game 3, aren't you?
Better than the first two, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you finally got off Victor duty. I like the Victor, and you played the Victor pretty well, but you get more skill expression on something like the Ari, right?
I think I get plenty of skill expression on Victor.
Yeah, I guess
it's just
it
about
is true.
kiting and movement.
Yeah, yeah.
Ari's just like I click at the R button, you know.
Yes.
So
this is
looks pretty, but it's like it's a little boring. But regardless, it was fun to play.
Their game 3 comp was so bizarre to me. It's like they just picked so much dog shit that I was like amazed. Like the Seraphine Zed makes no sense in my mind. And then the Poppy to counter pick is like fine, but it makes no sense with the Seraphine. So
yeah, and like you said, they took like early fights for a team that's better later, so it was like kind of dookie.
Yeah, that was something I noted. I said like if they can scale up, it was the opposite from what game 2 was, right? I was like if they can do the team to scale up around the 32-minute mark, then they're going to do whatever they want in the game at that point. But I said if you guys get a lead, which you guys did, and you're able to balloon that, it's going to be pretty much over with. And that's what happened, especially because Salt ended up with like 17 kills in that game. But you were like 9-0 at one point, so you kind of just ran over the map.
I think one of the really hard parts for them as a team is the fact that if you look in all 3 games, like if the lanes are left in isolation, I think we were winning 3 lanes all 3 games just naturally. So it's really hard because we were out executing in the late game. I think of the second game, we messed up a little bit in game 1, but like I think the idea of picking scaling into us made sense from the fact that they're already getting behind. But I think they just needed to trust their comp and not play like anxiously.
Yeah, I'm overall really impressed with how they played. I think they played you guys really, really well. Yeah, it was a much if I'm going into from my perspective, and how even CLT said, like if you're looking at it from seeds point, like they were a 3rd seed, you were a 1 seed. You would not expect it to be as tight as it was game 1-2. And even if that was like a 2-0, you'd have been still impressed because it was that close. Both games. Game 3 is what I thought it would look like, but I think at that point too, I think they were gassed out. I mean, you got to imagine you win game 1, you're feeling good. You go this crazy game 2. If they pull that out, then obviously the series is over. But they're like, damn, we didn't pull this out. Like, shit, And then now all the pressure's on them. It happens to the best of us. But I thought they played a really, really good series, and obviously you guys did as well. So
yeah, they had us in a chokehold that second game, right? Like we were, like Marcus said, like without that pick, their team comp was actually like if AIDS manifested into 5 champions, like it was actually impossible to play into that. It was either a Mumu or Aurora ulti that would just like destroy the majority of our team.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys made sure to ban that there in game 3. It was smart. Even though you were doing really well into it in lane salt, it just felt like it didn't matter about if I'm popping off a lane. It matters about what's happening on the map, and her ulti just brought so much value to every fight you guys were in. My last question would just be, how did you guys feel about the Karthus jungle pick? Because I kind of went to myself like, it's not a horrible idea if it can get to where it wants to go, but I was just like, I didn't really favor it. So I'm just curious what you guys thought about it.
I think it's bad in relation to what they like. The Zed mid does not complement it well at all. But had they picked an 80 carry mid, I think the comp looks pretty good. Like if they had like a quirky mid or something, the comp looks a lot more well rounded. The issue is that Mark and I are like pretty aggressive on the map, or so Haku and I are pretty aggressive on the map. So when they lock in like a more passive full clear jungle, it's good for us because it means we're able to like punish that pick a lot more towards our playstyle, which is not the best for the enemy team because we basically get to play how we want to play.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that standpoint because that's definitely what you two do. I've seen it many times playing against you guys. Obviously, we're well versed in what you guys want to do, which is a very strong playstyle because you guys do move around the map super well. But it seemed like for the most part they kind of identified that because in game 1 and game 2 I was impressed at how much the support was matching your roams, and you guys were equaling on the timers. I was really impressed by that. So
yeah, something that's pretty like interesting to note is that even though they are matching me on the roams, a lot of the times they match me on the roams, they're down like a level because they don't have as optimal map movement. So like for instance, in game 3, like when we're fighting for the grubs, I'm level 6 and the Poppy's level 5, and like that's like a huge difference in the team fight. It's one of the main reasons why we won it so so handedly.
Yeah, I definitely noted that, and part of that was you getting the XP in mid when the Z executed. That definitely helped you, of course. But yeah, Poppy made a roam before the grubs even spawned. It was like a minute before them or something, and I was just like, it was a bad timer for that roam. Trying to be first there probably to get vision and stuff and the setup. But if she just stays and goes to lane, gets some XP, and then maybe does just like jet sets it after that, I think it's fine. Especially because Karthus was, I think, safe to get it as well. You guys were bot side. I know you guys even threatened to dive, didn't pull the trigger, but yeah, like I said, it was really really impressive. So congratulations on the win, guys, as always. I'll ask this last question, then we can all go to sleep. How are you guys feeling about the split so far? Just because it's been probably something you guys aren't used to as much. Usually, you guys are kind of freelancing it through, and you guys are being challenged a lot more. So, how are you guys feeling about that?
Well, we're trying to work on it and like get better as a team. I think our loss in the semis last playoffs was like a little tough for the team. We're kind of trying to get back into our groove for sure, especially adjusting with all the new meta picks and whatnot. But I think we've been putting in a lot of effort, and everyone's, I think, improving. And we'll just continually get better as the season goes on. So hopefully we'll be able to retain our first seed placement and make it to playoffs again.
Well, you guys can certainly help. Remember, we have two game lead on you guys automatically, so because we can lose a game. So we'll see. It'll be a fun race for it. But there's other teams in our group too. We'll all have to play them. We'll have to see how they are. Obviously, you just saw PNB and J is pretty good, so we're all looking forward to that. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for letting me cast as always, and I will catch you guys later.
Thanks for hosting, man.
Thanks for
you.
casting.